Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Macho's freaking out because he uses that bathroom all the time.
Yeah, and
Macho's
he's
fine.
He's
really
infecting his gym.
Okay.
Macho's the most scared of everything. Like, Hypesta, he's like, like you're freaking him out right now that you might potentially have MRSA.
I've already caught him back here looking at like bacterial creams.
Now, Anna, are you giving us permission so we don't have HIPAA violations for him to speak about your condition openly?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Merch Crick, get your ass down here, your non-MRSA ass, so we can have you be a witness as Dan checks Anna's possible MRSA ass. This is going to take place in the very sterile kitchen.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
I guess we could be the standard cheese dick zookeeper morning show that was starting 2 new markets today and be like, good morning to you, Orlando and OCALA. It's the Bubba the Love Sponge show. It's our first day here. We're a brand new show. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift and have some Zoinksville tickets to give away to some stupid-ass comedy club later today. Yeah. We're the Kid and Chris show. Welcome. It's not what I was saying at all. I'd say about time you got me back, bitches.
Yeah, you've been in Orlando like 30 different times, right?
Yeah, I've been in Orlando like 30 different times, kicked ass, and then I've been and me and Shannon Burke and the great Don Miller kick off this unbelievable format called Florida Man Radio that's been in Orlando now 3 years, but some on just real crappy ass station. And finally the powers to be was like, hey, Florida Man Radio has got such interesting characters and they're so good. Anchored by the morning show of Bubba the Love Sponge, and then co-anchored, or I should say co-starring the Shannon Burke Afternoon Drive. We got 2 day parts already, very, very, very successful, well-established brands. Why do we got them on, what were we like 550 or something? 580. We were on some just bull crap radio signal. Nobody in Orlando. You got to be on a sexy FM in order to really, count, so to speak. And we finally got that. They JVC, they had 103.1. They had a country format, which, by the way, I was the initial morning guy on the Wolf when the Wolf started, and I was doing pretty good. But it was all talk in the morning, and then country stuff in the afternoon, and the rest of the day part. So I kind of stuck out a little bit,
So you got a lot of history on the signals. What you're telling the people?
Well, I've been here before. By the way, that is that condescending.
I'm Jewish and gay. Bubba's changed his lineup,
I'm
now
Jewish and I'm gay.
Checking all the boxes.
I'm
now.
Jewish and I'm gay.
Yes,
and Bubba's checking all the boxes.
Yep, that's right. He's a changed man. He's not a sexist man anymore. He has a woman that works with him, and he's got me. It's crazy.
Yeah. That guy's name is Seth Kushner. Now, he has a little Orlando experience by proxy, and the fact that he worked for the great Drew Garabo, who's very well known in Orlando, for 7 years, 8 years?
I don't know. I think it could be longer. I also worked for the great Jade Donovan, who was with Jade and Johnny on 106.7.
Well,
she sucked.
You
Nice.
See, so if you're just stumbled upon us right now, you can see that we don't really care if we hurt anybody's feelings or we make fun of each other or like we're not just some little, norm. That would be really, Seth, it's very unconventional for you to just blurt that out.
Is it?
Well, most morning shows would try to be nice about it. Be like, yeah, I work with Jade. She's all right.
I don't think Jade or Johnny are even on the air there anymore. I think they've they aged out.
No, I think Johnny's still on, isn't he? Is Johnny Magic still on XL?
I don't know, man.
Let me look that up.
Look it up.
That's tough sledding to be on a pop station past 60.
Johnny Magic's last trick was to disappear off the radio.
It's tough to be on a pop radio station but when you're black, like Johnny is, you automatically take 20 cool years off.
Johnny Magic lost his house in a fire a couple years ago, too.
Well, I mean, listen, that's better than losing it the way I lost my house in foreclosure. Fire versus foreclosure. I'll take fire every time.
Does he have a job?
It looks like he's still on XL 106.7.
Yeah. Man, XL. I mean, listen, I worked with Johnny Magic. I started in Orlando in 1990 at XL 106.7 as the night guy, and Johnny Magic was the morning man. They first made that change. He was doing afternoons or some bull crap, and we had Big Steve Kelly. He was a big fat PD. He was an idiot.
He must have been huge if you're calling him fat.
Well, he was.
That's Brian.
This guy here, that guy that you heard right there, he's some schmarmy ass, liberal snowflaking.
He's filling in for Sean Hannity today.
I'm filling in for Dan Mikowski, who just took himself off the show.
They don't know. See, they don't. You have to understand. The people of Orlando don't even know what a Don Mikowski is.
Yeah, but I'm trying to do the show for everybody.
Well, no, you're supposed to do. I mean, right now we have to kind of have a mindset that Orlando doesn't know anything about us. We're introducing ourselves to Orlando.
But we know Orlando. Shout out to Maitland English Estates Elementary School, South Seminole Middle. I repped.
Yeah, Seth lived in Orlando for 5 of your first or 8 years?
Yeah. I got a little under the blanket handy at the JCC when I was around 9. So
really?
What?
Thanks, Lizzie.
I got a handy.
Jesus.
I got a handy at the Blake JCC at 9.
Something like pretty much.
I used to live in Altamont Springs and used to go to that Hooters. There used to be a Hooters right by the railroad tracks, like right across the street from like an Albertsons or something like that. And yeah,
a Calico Jacks or a Hooters?
No, it was Hooters. Man,
Okay.
do you remember when Hooters was like at 434 and 436 back in that little strip?
No,
Yeah,
I
I
was
was
a
there
kid.
for a while. I lived there for a year. It was still there when I was there in 04,
In
05.
that corner.
You have
Yeah.
any cricket capers there at that Hooters, Bubba?
No, but I got as we continue our radio, as we get some tenure in Orlando and start building up an audience that starts following us and knows some of our inner drama and inner struggles, I'll get into some of my cricket. I call people of Orlando. I call
Bitches.
I call women that I've had conquests with a cricket.
Including your girlfriend.
Well, yeah, I mean she's the merch. She does my merch, and she's a crick. I've had a conquest with her.
Yeah.
So she's a crick. So it makes her the merch crick.
And you guys have a son together named Pepe, who's very upset about you selling his mom's baseball cards. But that's, we're going to wait for Orlando to get to know us before we dig into that stuff.
Bubba's the girl that used to wipe his butt for him lived in Orlando, right, Bubba?
Holly Marshall was one of my very first girlfriends that followed me from Orlando to Milwaukee.
What a
to
broken
Chicago.
woman.
What a hell of a woman.
I mean that.
What a hell of a woman. She met Holly Marshall. She went to what school? God damn it, I forget. Oviedo. She went to Oviedo. And
high school?
No, yeah, she went to Oviedo High School because I was dating her when she was still in high school.
Okay, this is not a great way to enter Orlando.
She was 18. She was like one of those chicks that was like 18.
That's what they all say, man.
Hold on, for 2 months, like their last 2 months of their high school career, they're 18. There are some people your senior year that turns 18.
Brian, is this grooming? Would you say maybe a light case of grooming, short term?
Brian, she was 18 when I did anything with her. She was 18.
When you're DJing teen nights in Orlando, you get what you can get.
Plus, at the end of the day, we might have we're talking 1990.
Yeah, statute of limitations is run on this statutory rate.
This is 34 years on a statutory rate.
So just tell us that she was 17 and a half, big boy.
No, so listen. The day after her 18th birthday, I'm doing nights on XL 106.7. Over there when it used to be in Altamont Springs over there by Fudd Ruckers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah, buddy!
where I
Don't
used
think-
to go.
Look at those straight Orlando references. Bam!
This is how we're gonna steal Orlando by mentioning people and restaurants that used to be there.
We're taking exactly. We're gonna be able to. We're gonna take Orlando by storm by reminiscing about old restaurants and the amount of old cricket ass that I got. Altamont Springs had the Hilton Bow Ties. Remember that was the nightclub. The Bow Ties was the nightclub. It might still be. I don't know. Is that still a Hilton right there off? And
Probably not. I think they've classed the joint up a little
They
bit.
probably don't have a nightclub inside of Hilton anymore.
yeah. You know what? Back in the day, man, hotels would have bona fide nightclubs. I mean, am I not right?
No, they would.
Yeah, some still do, especially in Miami. Because I always know because it's way too loud when I'm trying to sleep. So
813-90 is our phone number for OCALA in Orlando. We start 101.1 in OCALA today, and we start 103.1 in Orlando today. Now, my phone lines, I kind of got a couple ringing, 813-90 Now, listen, for the people that are listening, I'm not a big phone call guy. I'll go to them sometimes, but I find sometimes they're just stupid white trizash. I can't say. Can you guys wrap around the fact that I can't say the word trash if the word if there's a certain W word in front of trash, I can't say it. It's considered like hate speech. But meanwhile, I am from Indiana, and I come from the finest strain of Indiana white triz. So when I say that word, I have to say triz afterwards because the algorithm police in some of the different forums we broadcast on, we're not only are we on your 103.1 or your 101.1 right now for the first time, whether you're listening to us out of Ocala, Orlando, but we're also huge on Rumble, huge on Facebook, huge on YouTube, huge on Twitter, huge on Twitch. There's like 4 or 5 different visuals that you can go to right now and watch this show. The show that you audibly hear, you can watch it once you get to your office or place that's, I don't know that you're necessarily supposed to watch your phone in your car. I think that's illegal, isn't it?
Yeah.
When do we work in the small print of the show, Bubba?
What do you mean?
Listener funded, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo.
They'll just organically figure that out.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, our show is funded by the listeners. It's something that you're not even it's going to blow you away. It blows like it's going to blow my competition away. Like Russ Rollins will probably rip it off and be like, you know what I'm saying? But we, throughout the show say Venmo, PayPal, Cash App at the Bubba Army, and and some of our hardcore fans, which are called the Bubba Army, they'll give us sometimes. I mean, we've been given as much as what, $3,000.
That is.
But usually they'll throw us 25, 30, 40, 50 bucks.
And we split it with the Burke Brigade. And the Long Johnson guy who's doing middays.
It's Don Johnson, not Long Johnson.
Or Don
but
Miller.
It might.
It's Don Miller, too.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Don Johnson is the actor on Miami Vice.
Don Miller's now been called Long Johnson in the afternoons. Middays. Right after us on Florida Man Radio is Long Don Miller Johnson.
Well, you can't run long because then right after that is the O'Reilly update for 15 minutes.
Right. Hello.
Got to learn the format.
And then, of course, the Shannon Burke. And he starts, I think, at 2 o'clock. Hello.
Hey, good morning, Bubba. It's Fish on J.
Hi, Fish on the J. Now, Fish on the J, you're hardcore Bubba Army, but do you live in the Orlando area?
I actually live in Seminole. I live over by the Longwood area. I'm actually about maybe 15 minutes from where I used to stay in Cranes Roofs.
I know. So what I'm saying is, like, can you turn on 103.1 right now and be able to prove that we're on a real signal and that we're not all, like literally the signal we were on for like the last 3 years in Orlando is like you couldn't, like if you were 1 mile from, like basically where the Magic play, we had like a 1 mile little bubble. That's it.
Grouper Lips 25 on the Cash App.
Thank you very much, group. So anyway, Fish in the J, are you locked into 103.1 right now?
Yes, sir. That's the reason why I'm calling, so I can go ahead and play it for you. You can see how super clear you guys are.
All right, turn this. I know it's going to be heavily delayed because they got us on a delay because we're bad, and they want to be able to smash a button and cut out what I say sometimes. So we're on a heavy delay. So go ahead, turn it up, Fish on the J. We know that we're going to be a couple minutes behind, but go ahead.
All right, here we go.
in Orlando is like you couldn't, like if you were
listen to
1
how rich that
mile
sounds.
from, like basically
Not
where
that big a
the
delay
Magic
either.
play,
I mean, not
yeah,
near
like
the
a
delay
1
I thought we
mile
had.
little bubble. That's
All right. Fishing the J.
There we go.
Let me the group for lips on the Cash App for 25. Thank you very much.
Double kick.
So anyway, bud, I'm excited. I think in like a year from now, it'll take us a year to kind of build up the Bubba Army phenomenon, and for people of Orlando to kind of get what we do, because it's far different than it's far.
A year from now, Mickey Mouse is going to be swinging from our bean bags.
There you go.
That's right.
A year from there, that's the official
The Bubba
statement.
Palooza at Hard Rock Live in Orlando.
There's the official statement from the Bubba the Love Sponge show by Seth Kushner, and that is a year from now, Mickey Mouse is going to be swinging from our beanbags. I mean, that's brilliant. Thank you, Seth
Thank
Kushner.
you. God bless.
Yeah, God bless Hamas. So,
What?
I don't know what I'm so long.
Well,
This is where we walk
We're
out.
now off the air in OCALA.
See you later.
No, I actually have 2 Jewish people that work for me, Anna Hummel and
What's up?
and the guy that's been doing the crazy ass outbursts, Seth Kushner. So we're highly insulated when it comes to loving Israel. Okay.
We sure are.
Yes.
I pretty much employ half of Israel.
Yeah. So anyway, Fish in the J, we love you, buddy. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you. And I'm about to hit my trucking route heading up to Crystal River, so I get to see how far the signal hits as far as going up that way.
Do me a favor. When you get to the northernmost point where we start getting a little fuzzy, call me.
Give us the coordinates.
And let me know, because I want to see just organically, because we might be on mono today, which means we get some better distance. So you're headed north. So I want you to call me to about where we're getting fuzzy, okay?
No problem.
And where are you right now?
Right now I'm here in South Orlando in my yards. I'm here in the Peterbilt. I'm surprised the speakers sounded as good as it did for you to hear. But yeah, South Orlando in a moment.
So you're like south, or like like almost Orlando proper, downtown, just south of that?
Yeah. I'm south of downtown. You could say Land Street, right next to the Turnpike.
I know, but like, is that considered like Lake Mary, or is that considered like like when you get over on you have Apopka and Maitland and Longwood and Lake Mary, Winter Park. Like there's so many subsections of Orlando. Where would you consider you are right now?
So right now I'm basically 20 minutes away from Kissimmee.
You're 20 minutes. So you're a little
south,
bit. You're west. No, he's west. If he's.
We don't
know what 20 minutes directionally he is away from it.
Now, are you 20 minutes west or east of Kissimmee? I'm assuming east.
This is like a human compass segment.
It is.
I'm gonna say that I'm south right now. I'm south.
Fish in the J, you really don't know where you are, buddy. You just know that you're in where the rubber meets the road, buddy.
You'll get the job done.
You know that you got 103.1 on your dial right now, and it's coming in clear, and you're somewhere in Orlando, and you're headed north, and hopefully you'll know where you are and when you call me from there. Okay, buddy?
Definitely will.
Thank you, Fish in the J.
Thank you, Bubba.
All right, thank you, appreciate it. Look at my shirt. Well, I guess a lot of people. Again, we have very much a visual world that we live in too. In fact, our visual world's bigger than our audible world. It really, really is. So if you're on Twitch or Facebook or YouTube or Twitter or Twitch, you can visually watch the show by just going to the Bubba Army. What are you laughing about?
Is that the great Steve Kinzer shirt?
Hold on. There's a story behind this shirt.
Would you like me to describe it to the listeners?
No, I wouldn't.
It's got purple, yellow, and red lettering.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at chat because someone asked about Dan, and Brian said that things really heated up between him and Sumo this weekend, and Brian's in 4 days a week now.
So anyway, you have to understand, we also have this other world that we live in. It's called chat. And so within every visual platform we have, there's a way for, people to talk, like chat, like put little chat messages, and you got to, you're familiar with chat. Well,
mostly stuff to be negative and throw us off the, the
most
course.
of them is about how much we suck. And just Anna sucks, and I suck. And the only person they really like is Lummy. He's kind of the bigger, slower guy around here.
Thank you.
Lummy, say hi to everybody.
Hello.
And how would you describe yourself, Lummy, to the new listeners?
The big, dumb, slow guy around here?
Okay.
No,
hold on. Yes. If that's his description.
He's like that guy from Of Mice and Men.
Well, that guy,
Lenny?
that guy got shot.
I got shot in the back of the head.
Well, I know, but he was
inappropriately touching the town.
Yeah, come on, don't put that on me.
He went into
Seth.
he went in and was touching some of the town girls.
Yeah.
And or touching some of the town boys. And
Yeah,
you know,
come on.
Oh, Ron DeSanto stripped that part out of my book. I never got to that part.
And then Pa found out and told, the whole community knew that Lenny of Mice and Men might have been a little bit, not only
a little freaky.
Yeah,
but he was a good dude at heart, right?
Yeah, but I mean, how good of a dude at heart are you if you're, if you're touching or doing inappropriate things to women and children?
I'm just Stockholm to Bubba the Love Sponge.
Right. Don't put the Lenny gimmick on him.
All right, sorry.
He doesn't touch girls or kids or anything like that.
Just himself.
He's a dad himself.
That's right. Yeah. 16 Asian kids he's adopted. Everybody.
Now. I'm Bubba the I'm Bubba the Love Sponge.
Hi.
And my co-host consists of Lummox, which we just spoke of.
Hello.
And then we have Brian Matroni. Now, Brian is only usually here 1, maybe 2 days a week. That's just, he's kind of he's a lawyer. Oh, by the way, he's a lawyer, and he's just a real smart ass. And he's just he's kind of snowflake. He's kind of woke. He's kind of lib. He's just he's stiff. He's very smart, very smart. He tries to make fun of me nonstop. It really starts pissing me off after a while. A little bit goes a long way. I would just wish he would a lot of times just rely on his intellect and knowledge of stuff than just picking low-hanging, making fun of Bubba fruit. So that's him. Oh, say hi, Brian, everybody.
Hello, everybody. How you doing?
There you go. And then I got Anna.
Hi.
And Anna is, I don't want to say she's the ugly duckling of it, because she's not. She's very beautiful. But she's a woman, obviously, and she was born in Israel. And you know what Anna is? Anna's a cute girl that if she tried, she could be a lot cuter. But she doesn't try, so she's just a cute chick. But if she tried, and trying isn't even meaning like you have to go on a diet and lose 20 pounds and a year from now I can be hot. Just doing
It's like putting on a different shirt.
Yeah, just,
If she just got the breast implants I tried to get my doctors to give her.
Well, yeah, we
I was offered
be a 7.5.
a free breast augmentation, and I turned it down.
Well, we also have when Brian's not here, sitting in that chair is a guy named Dr. Dan Diaco. And he's a doctor and a lawyer, and he's noted as being
and a coach,
he's
father and husband,
a lot of things.
The last two definitely last.
Dr. Dan Diaco Esquire.
Yeah, Dr. Dan Diaco Esquire. He's super into himself. He's home nearly 60, but he thinks he's 35. And he has a Ferrari, and his microphone has
Ferraris.
Yes, 2 Ferraris, and lives in a $5 million house.
He has a 6-pack, but all he eats is Pop-Tarts and candy.
I can't even sit here, Orlando and Ocala, and give you a description of him. You just have to experience Dan. He's indescribable.
It's a great way to
Wish
say
you
it.
could, but he blew off the show today.
Yeah, well, but he was actually doing something. Actually, he was doing something pretty cool. He was taking his family to spring break.
Oh, nice.
So
nice.
I thought just as sure as I thought that he might be up to no good, he's like, no, I'm taking my family to. So at that point, Brian, you can't get mad at a guy.
So you dropped him off in Ocean City, and then where did he go?
Hard telling. So then I got a guy named Seth Kushner, and I started to describe him, and I think we're done with you now, right? You're originally from Orlando, and then you moved
Chicago,
over. I'm sorry, from Chicago, and then moved to Orlando. And you didn't first get into radio. Were you in radio in Orlando? No, you were 8. I'm sorry. So you moved from
precocious youngin.
He did get supposedly a hand job underneath the bleachers at a junior high, and
That's hot.
Jewish Community Center.
Oh, it was
in
okay.
Maitland, yeah.
Right. JCC.
And then he came over to Tampa, and he's been pretty much raised over here, and right, and he's married with a kid, and his kid is 6. We call her little Sethy. It's a daughter. And he's already taught her the F word and bitch, and those are called party words.
Yep.
And he's like, hey, rather than sit here and fight it, she's going to learn these words. I'm just going to teach them to her early and call them party words. I don't know how well it goes at school. Does she drop a party word at school ever?
No. She's got, I mean, she's got way worse kids at school. This is kid Darion. He just walks out of class every day. I mean, they got their own problems over there at Darion. So
hold on now.
Can you describe Darion?
First of all, what grade is little
first?
Okay, he's Swedish.
All right, so she's in first. So she's
Why does
not,
he have an apostrophe?
No, but hold on now. She's not like in K or pre. She's officially started her education. She's in first grade.
Yes, sir.
Right. Because, God, there's so many different starting points for, you can put a 4-year-old in, double pre-K. There's just for the real young ones.
Yeah, we had her in school since she was 2.
Right.
Whatever you want to call it.
But it's official now. She has to go. Like back then when you had them in school, they could miss. You know what? It wasn't really.
It was optional. You're saying?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't state. Your kid wasn't officially a ward of the state. If you're going to a public school, then you are. Now you're in the state system, right? You're a public student, and she's in first grade, and that's when this first starts. So she's locked in at first grade. And you're saying, so if I try to remember back when I was in first grade, which I can, you just sat there and shut up. And if you wanted to go to the bathroom, you had to raise your hand and you'd have to ask to go to the bathroom. If that was up and beyond the bathroom time that they gave you, every, 35 or 40 minutes, because even back then we had short attention spans. We'd be learning how to write or sign our name. And then, okay, let's do a 10-minute pee-pee break. First grade is just like herding cats, is all it really is, isn't it?
Wolf Fencing 25 on the super chat. Welcome to Orlando.
Wolf Fencing from Orlando, our official fence.
Your mother's latest love interest.
Well, let's not get into that. That's way deep down.
You don't want to get involved with him, man. He's into the straight crazy ones.
Oh my God! And my mom thinks he's so cute and was just going on and on with him.
He's a good-looking guy.
He's a good-looking guy, but you know what he is? He's a bad boy.
He is.
The Austin from Wolf.
Yeah, the
Fencing.
stab wound on his arm gives it away.
Listen, there's a fencing company in Orlando called Wolf Fencing. It's WULF. It's not.
And it's like physical fence. It's not like you have a repartee and.
It's two F's, but it's two F's, but it's Wolf Fencing.
WULFF, and it's small. It's a small fencing company owned by this one dude. He's got a couple crews. And if you have any fencing that you need, he can do it. And he's a friend of the show, and he's been listening to the show since the first time we came back, with Florida Man Radio about 3 years ago or so. But he's a really good-looking dude. What would you say? He's like 40, 35, 40?
He's like 35, 36.
He's really a good-looking guy. But he's a real bad boy. He hangs out with these whores and these sluts, and
not just any whores and sluts.
He never finds
crazy whores and sluts.
He's so good looking that he always gets these really hot chicks. Well, hot chicks are absolutely always bat crap crazy.
Some of them are only fan models
but
too.
But nothing screws better than crazy.
Yeah, but sex-wise, not only visually are you with a dime piece if this bitch is crazy, but sex-wise, I mean, crazy bitches are just the best at sex. Well,
they blast better.
They just
way better.
Yeah, they're just because they're crazy. They're trying to hold on to a bucking bronco. They're just crazy. And so he's been with a few of them over the tenure of listening to the show. And, a couple times he's been stabbed by one. His latest one stabbed him. He didn't. The cops came. He didn't want to press charges, but since he had a stab wound, they had to take her. She did what? 4 months in jail.
Yeah.
She did 4 months in jail. He was the one that picked her up, and they had sex in the jail parking lot right there upon release. Now when you're with a bad girl, right?
Yep.
When the girl that you're blasting stabs you, they put her in jail for 3 or 4 months. You're the one that picks her up. And you guys have sex in the parking lot after she did her time for stabbing you. That's a hell of a woman.
And it was
right
a legit stab.
Oh yeah, it was.
It was a serious wound.
Yeah, it wasn't just a little box,
it wasn't a little
box
nick.
cutter on the forearm.
No,
this was a shank.
We saw it
while she held a gun to his head. And then 2 months later, after she got out of jail, she tried to burn his house down.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Right. So we already have some very, very, very.
Didn't somebody threw a brick through a window too, or something
that
like
was
that?
the same girl.
Yeah. Oh, the same girl.
So
okay.
As you can see, we've already attracted the upper crust of listeners in Orlando. So now we just got to get some more people now.
But he does great fences. His fences aren't crazy.
No, his fences are unbelievable.
Crazy good.
Right. So then we have a guy that does all of our video, and his microphone is up, and he talks and chimes in when he wants or can. And that's Rhett. He's a red-haired kid, a filthy ginger, if you will. He's got a wiener dog. He's about 25 years old. He's the youngest person on our staff. He knows a lot about sports, and he likes this. I'm just trying to give you guys a little bit of description. He likes larger African American women. That's what he's attracted to. Brett, I mean, is that a decent description? Are you okay with that? Is that fair?
Yeah, you had all the bases.
Right.
Would you prefer thick, Rhett, or do you like when he says big women?
Yeah, like how do you want me to describe the African American women you're into? Because
I don't discriminate.
2 bills or more.
Rhett doesn't give a damn. Oh man,
thicker the better.
So anyway, and his latest conquest is one of very legendary status, is that he met this bigger African-American girl at the IHOP.
Lakeisha.
Monet. Yeah.
Monet. Her name was Monet.
Is this serious? I haven't heard this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For real.
This is about 6 months ago.
Okay.
This is like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Either way, this is still new. I'm excited.
What was your latest conquest, Rhett?
So anyway, it was last time you...
No, you had a girlfriend.
Yeah, he had a girlfriend for a while. Bigger white girl.
Bigger white girl? She wasn't big, but
she was all tatted up. She was cute.
That's why it didn't last, because she was not heavy enough. I mean, it just won't work.
You kept trying to feed her. She wasn't having it.
So anyway, this Monique chick, he meets her at the IHOP. There happens to be a Motel 6 across the street.
Come on.
No, for real.
Wait, like this was a date set up?
Yeah, it was a La Quinta.
It was the connected La Quinta IHOP over there by the airport.
You know the up there on Boy Scout Road. You know,
yeah. Yes.
There's a
like 5 minutes
La Quinta and an IHOP right by each other. Did you know that?
I did not, but I won't miss it next time.
Literally,
There's an enterprise car rental too, so a lot of value in that plaza.
Right. So they decide to meet. They meet on Tinder or something like that, and they decide to meet at IHOP. Now, Rhett, did you guys did you make IHOP next to the La Quinta? Did you make it that place because you knew there was a La Quinta Inn, and you guys had you guys established a sexual enough relationship just in text?
Yes, we were established at the La Quinta before we had made IHOP a part of the plan.
So you were like, hey, I like you, you like me. Now, you never met her, but you guys were going back and
no,
forth.
No, we met. We hung out.
Oh, you did?
You don't remember Ben Davis Beach?
Oh, that's right.
Davis.
Yeah.
Whiskey Joe's.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was their first meetup.
But that was all oral.
That was the first time.
But the first time you did meet Monique, she did give you oral.
Monet. Yes, she did.
And I mean, like,
Monet.
so
wow.
Monet.
Okay.
Lakeisha.
So the first time you met Monet, I mean, from Tinder, just your very first, hey, how you doing? I'm a real person. You're a real person. You got oral.
Sure did.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then another oral one. So there was 2 oral ones before the intercourse?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. After
and some pancakes.
Right. So that's there you go.
That was the latest conquest?
That was one of the
okay.
The latest one. But they're not nearly as.
That was Bubba's favorite one.
Yeah.
Well, why wouldn't
that
be?
the last one I talked about?
Well, and it's only because IHOP's involved.
Shut up. God, I want to smash you in the mouth sometimes.
I was just gonna see if we could give Rhett like $100 a month to go out and get a motel room and just see what stories come out of it.
No. Well, we'd have to tribute taping them. I'm not even going to get into that.
Yeah,
listen. Hi, my name is Bubba the Love Sponge. Don't Google me, especially when it comes to sexual sex tapes. And then we got Macho Man, and Macho Man is our engineer, and he looks literally like a young Macho Man. Picture Macho Man at 35, and that's exactly what he looks like. He's really thick. He's really rugged.
More focused, oh yeah.
He's always wiring stuff up. He very rarely talks, but when he does, his microphone is
He's
up.
usually eating a protein bar.
Right, or doing one-armed Rocky push-ups in the back. He's jacked up. He's super cool. And
drives a Mustang, right?
Right. No, not just a Mustang.
I'm sorry.
He drives a
GT
500.
500.
And so, like, that is like, if you know anything about cars,
I don't.
There's Mustangs, and then there's like some people think they're kind of cool when they got a GT 350, but a GT 500, it's the baddest. They don't even make that many of them. And I think Macho Man says it's nearly 1,000 horsepower right now. Like, I don't know what you do with 1,000 horsepower, but anyway, Macho Man, can you say hi? Are you available to say hi or not? But probably not.
Hello.
There you go.
Thanks for stopping by.
I think we got distracted as we were talking about our visual forums. Somebody asked me about my shirt today.
Yes, the great Steve Kinzer.
I don't think anybody asked
Shut up,
about
Brad.
I was going to say.
He's not going to correct him.
Nobody brought it up.
The great ad. And see, listen, you can see, I wear 3X. If you have a badass 3X shirt, first of all, I like racing. Like, by the way, I own a dirt track in OCALA. There you go. Today's our first day, Lummy, in OCALA.
There you go.
On 101.1. Well, we used to be in OCALA on 102.3, but they threw us off there. But anyway, we're back, and I own a dirt track, Bubba Raceway Park, OCALA Speedway, right off of Northwest Gainesville Road. So I am a dirt car enthusiast. I'm a former racer. My son currently races. Let's not get into my son's
You're a
situation.
former racer?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, he won Jacksonville.
I won a track championship.
A big shout out to Tizzy winning this weekend at Hendry.
Oh, boy.
We'll
get
leave that
into
one
that
alone,
segment,
but thank you,
too.
Brian.
I mean, we should probably let people know. That's a little inside right now.
Yeah, but that's too.
Probably peel back the onion.
Yeah, but it's too.
Back to the shirt.
No, hold on. It's going to take too long, and we're on time constraints right now. We can get into my struggles with my son.
Well, I just,
but we can't get into it right now when we have literally a minute or two before we hit the network. We can't. It's not a minute or two story. Would you not agree?
I mean, we
It's
got to
a teaser.
I didn't know we had to hit the networks now. I just felt like Brian came. Brian came out swinging, and I liked it. I just wanted to make sure.
I didn't know we had to hit the networks now because we never have.
Yeah,
right?
that's a new thing.
I'm trying to be responsible.
Seth, don't you know my little bell?
I didn't hear it. Oh,
I don't think you hit it. Well, yeah, you're 2 minutes from.
Yeah.
All right. So listen, listeners sometimes send me cool T-shirts. My favorite type of T-shirts are ones of dirt car racing.
And they got to be thick.
Are you going to wear one of the cool ones tomorrow?
And I happen from Chuck and Leslie, some of the greatest listeners known to man.
They sure are.
And she's so beautiful. I just love them. They were just, you really got to know the show, and it shows you how much you know about the show when they send me a Steve Kinzer old school number 11. I mean, that's really knowing the show, and that's a badass T-shirt for those that know who there's in racing. There's two kings. Did you know that?
yeah, Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt, baby.
No.
In
racing, there's two kings: Richard Petty and Steve Kinzer. Steve Kinzer is called the king.
Nice.
So, like this, racing happens to be a sport that has two kings. Most sports don't have any kings, do they?
Yeah, King James.
Okay, so LeBron is the only, prior to LeBron, I don't think NBA had a king, did they?
Only Bernard.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
After the show, make sure to check out BubbaArmyHQ.com. It's all things Bubba 24/7. And now back to the BRN.
I added them up, and I go, they're a minute, and I was like, you add them up over the course of a month, and it's like, you're leaving like an hour of content.
I asked myself about
So,
it.
a cat named Mo used to have
I
like
asked
3
myself,
minute jokey.
what shirt are you wearing today? That's an
Right.
awesome,
So,
cool shirt.
but I also thought that it was getting
Me
stale
self
trying to come up with
It's
ones
the
every
King
month, so
Steve
that's why I just
Kinzer.
said now back to, Drew Garabo.
There's two kings.
Yeah.
That anybody could
Elvis,
get a salesperson.
Steve Kinzer.
Nobody needs that long shit anymore.
Oh man, what'd it do?
Don't forget we're going individual, back to the individual on the hot mic. If you remember.
I'm on YouTube today. If anybody's. What do you mean individual?
Instead of the overview shot, I like to keep it on the.
Oh, the.
What up, Gary?
So people gets more of a voyeur-like feel, like when Anna's picking her nose and shit.
Gary, where can I watch the Sting match from last night? Is that anywhere?
Sting won his farewell match.
I know. I just want to see. I heard everything was so great about it.
Beat some jobber named like Dizzy Adams or something like that. I don't even know what the hell his name was.
What's up, Spencer? DeVry Jones, I think it was. What up, Grouper? I'm here for Sting, okay?
Yeah, I don't. Isn't that shit like?
You guys some back action.
Guys, aren't the AEW pay-per-views $50? I mean, it's like it's old school how much they charge for that shit. I know most of you guys get it for free, but I'm just saying, it's.
Was it a pay-per-view last night?
This is a new one.
I think so. Yeah, Nolan, that's crazy, man.
Fly away.
That's crazy.
Sting was so much cooler when he had the bleach blonde hair and the
I know, but that was
big
like
tights.
It was like 35 years ago.
Yeah, but that's when he was as cool.
But he was only 20. He was only like 25 then.
Yeah.
He was like, I mean, oh, poor Stinger.
Was that Vandersloot guy or whatever?
Yoram?
Yeah.
How dare you?
The Natalie Holloway chick that was.
If you see I got it up, it means I'm probably gonna talk about
Well, I didn't know if it was.
He looks a little bit like Mach.
Thanks, Tile. I appreciate it, man.
I didn't know if it was a video.
I think I'd shut up about that.
I'm doing good, having a good time. Everything's pretty. Yeah, I want to see Darby Allin. That guy looks crazy. Haven't seen a ton of his matches. But right, $50, man. For who's paying for that shit? I know people will for UFC, but come on, man, not AEW.
Or something before he died.
AEW should be putting it on for
But he was
$10.
still on ESPN.
$19.95 the most.
I mean, really, for real. What's up,
Yeah.
Brian? I shot you back on Twitter, man. Appreciate the message.
Hey, how we doing with selling our spots for the break, Seth?
We're gonna need to probably talk about that.
Because the box comes in today.
Well, here's what I think we should do, Brian. I think that we should bring the box this week. John Costica, we should be having a mega box of Prism. So I think we can open the Prism and then talk about the break. Actually, like during it, while we'll like have the box, and then we'll make sure that we have the spots up right after we do that video.
Okay.
Because I just don't think I feel like we brought it up a couple times, but we really need to like
promote it.
Yeah. But I saw a couple Phoenix boxes open this weekend. I mean, oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
It's at least like a numbered card every pack.
Wow.
Strouds, Richardsons. I mean,
yeah, you know,
dude, you will go. Your little stubby cock will get as hard as it can when you see what we'll pull out of that Phoenix, baby.
He won't be there for the breaking. I can't have him touching any of those cards.
We're gonna wear gloves.
Yeah.
I don't have to be the opener. I can just sit there like the fucking.
No, you have to touch everything. You're like my kid.
You are.
And you got to stop putting the knife to our throats, Bubba. It's not good aesthetics for kids.
How about I just step away and let you two do it?
No, we need you. With the numbers suffer.
We do need you. Then you do bring the numbers
The
up.
numbers suffer when you're not there.
No, I'm just saying, like, but if I'm not there, then I can't fuck it up because it seems like you guys are saying all I'm doing is fucking it up.
No, we know. We're just going to put some gloves on your meaty paws. This is a high-end product. What's up, Yinzer? High-end product, Bubba. Phoenix.
I think the only problem I have is, the only thing Wade Bryan has a problem with me handling is my opening. I think the handling I'm pretty good with.
Well, until you throw them and go, that one's crap.
Well, this one we're going to glove up so you can't get fingerprints on the cards because the cards are very, like I said, they're very high-end. So I don't think there's a way you can fuck them up unless you throw them. Which Brian has given you a stern lesson on that.
We don't throw rookies.
It was a pay-per-view. I don't know if
Okay.
it was supposed to be Sting's last match, but it's the same thing like Ric Flair's last match.
Yeah, Sting's going to have 42 more last matches.
Ric Flair's last match was 1993.
No, Sting's done. He's not going to job out like Ric Flair. Sting, I think, has saved his money just fine.
Sting
Oh, really?
a long time ago.
You're good with Sting's financial advisor?
Yeah.
Sting's portfolio's really good, guys. I mean...
Meanwhile, Sting's probably fucking, is he worse off than me?
Well, let's not go there.
No, Sting's good, man.
Jay Chiliga.
Sting's driving himself in an 84 Corolla to...
Sting's door dashing like I did.
Did you really DoorDash?
Yeah. Hey, can you imagine if Sting shut up your house door dashing?
You wouldn't know without the makeup.
The singer?
No, with makeup.
Not the singer.
Okay, because he was here.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
After the show, make sure to check out BubbaArmyHQ.com. It's all things Bubba 24/7. And now back to the BRN.
I like that. I think it's quicker, it's efficient. It's promoting Bubba Army HQ. Everybody agree?
Oh, yeah.
Boom. 14 seconds. Bam. In and out. With the Bubba Army HQ kicker. It's the Bubba the Love Sponge show. First day in OCALA in Orlando. Well, not really. Just our return. Yet another return. Because I've been in both cities numerous times. Got screwed out of the Orlando gig. I should be on 102.3. But I got screwed out of that one. So now I'm on 101.1, which is going to take a while for people to find out. That's not nearly as sexy as our new rollout in Orlando, 103.1. Oddly enough, we're heard in Fort Walton Beach on the same frequency, 103.1. That's kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
Bubba, I'm getting reports picking you up very clear in Davenport, which is actually closer to Lakeland than Orlando.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Fish on now. Let me Venmo, PayPal, Cash App for those that
Napa Mike, $100.
Cash App. Gas.
Money.
Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, at the Bubba Army. I got the Fish on the J for 100. I got Susan Poitras for 50. Buck from Charleston at 100, and Scout and Big Gulp extra baby face content today. Woohoo, 25.
Wow.
Nice. Susan Poitras is in Orlando.
Yeah, Susan
Susie
Poitras.
P.
Susan Poitras says loud and clear on 103.1.
Nice.
So thank you very much.
And should we have them call the radio station and say more Bubba, or is that too 1987-ish?
Yeah, no, I mean.
Okay, all right. Do a fax bomb, maybe?
No.
Call into Russ Rollins' show and talk about Bubba.
No, don't do any of that.
First one to get on gets a free T-shirt.
No. Brian.
What?
That's so, that's so Zuki. Yeah.
The Z Morning Zoo on Z100.
Hi, it's the Bubba the Love Sponge show. It's brand new. You're just going to start to learn how to like it and the characters and the little quirks that we do. But when a person, part of the show, says something kind of cornball or like old school zookeeper nonsense, then they'll get hit with one of these. And Brian's saying, hey, call Russ Rollins today. The first person to call Russ Rollins and tell him that you're listening to Bubba the Love Sponge gets
you gotta get on the air.
Gets a free T-shirt. I'm not recommending that at all. Russ is a friend of mine. Russ is really a dear friend of mine.
But he's probably going to steal that idea.
The Z Morning Zoo on Z100.
So by us suggesting that, that's very much a zookeeper, 80s and 90s radio war kind of nonsense. And so I'm recommending you not to do that.
Are we more mature than that, Bubba?
Not much.
No, we're not.
Okay.
No, we're not.
Okay.
We're just changing the way we do things a little bit. We're going to be a little bit less of a, dick, just a little bit more upper crust.
This just keeps it fun, though,
Yeah, but I mean, they're not going to get on the air. It's going to be disruptive. Let Russ do his show. Let me do my show,
Yeah. Let us do our shows, people.
So, yeah, and so, me, hey, listen, call Russ and tell him that you listen to Bubba Russ. And no, don't do any of that. Russ knows we're here. You'll figure out which one of yours, what show you like best. Russ has a distinctive feel on his show and distinctive characters that's been around the market for 20-plus years.
Bubba's a changed man after his, water truck incident where he almost died.
Well, no, I think I've changed way before that.
Oh.
I mean, Brian, where would you say the big Bubba change was? Like the more grateful, less hateful Bubba?
When you were living outside.
Grateful, less hateful.
When you were living in a trailer, a camper behind your studio.
Yeah, when I lost it all because of the sex tape, when I lost it all because of just a rating scandal and a sex tape. And
anything else?
And I was losing my house and losing the studios. It was right there, like 2016, 2017 was like my low point of my life.
Yeah, you'd get gimmicked up and have like a little bonfire out back and have some guys over and just.
You mean Lummy? I think it was just Lummy.
It was Lummy and Dr. Dan.
Yeah,
and even he got so low one time he invited me.
For real?
After I lost my $2 million.
Did you decline?
I actually showed up.
I had a $2 million home. I lost, because of all the bad decisions I've made and lost most of my affiliates and all that kind of deal and was getting ready to lose the studio. See, we have our own state-of-the-art, studios. Like, we don't broadcast from an iHeart facility or a Cox facility or even a JVC facility. We have our own.
It's a compound, really.
It's like a 6,000 square foot
fortress.
It's a fortress. It's a white triz.
There's gate.
And oddly enough, man, I mean, how many radio stations right now or how many studios right now, this kind of is a pretty good description as to who we are, has Tony Stewart's merchandising trailer and rig in their front parking lot right now?
None.
I mean, none. We do, because Tony Stewart's our friend, and the guy who does his merchandise and drives that truck all around the country, his former gas man, Gooch, spent the night with me.
The
at my
great
apartment. He was going. He's headed to the Gator Nationals, and
he's your new lover.
No, he's not my new lover, but he's a big Bubba Army, and I've known him for 20 plus years as a friend. And he's like, hey, let me come stay with you for a few days before I got to be in Gainesville. And I'm because he's a big listener of the show.
I know it just sounds like some Meek Mill Puff Daddy stuff, with you and Gooch.
Oh man, I don't know if you want to be saying that to Gooch.
Wait till you see Gooch, okay? Yeah. And then you get into the meal mouth Puff Daddy stuff.
I don't care about Gooch. He was already the one that said I was effing off DJ Stroud. Whatever, man. Come in and watch the show.
He is going to come in and watch the show.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, don't make him feel uncomfortable.
I'm not, but he's already talked a bunch of trash.
No, he hasn't. Be welcoming to my friends that come. If somebody is such a good friend that I'm allowing them to sit in on the show, which you know how rare that is. I mean, that is how rare is that?
I don't know.
It is rare.
Once every 2 months.
So don't automatically set them up where they're not going to just welcome them.
Okay.
Please welcome them.
Yes, sir.
I don't need to change. You need to be a little bit nicer.
I do. You're right.
You're a little bit of a dick.
Big time.
God, as I've gotten nicer, you've become more of a dick.
I know.
Be funny. Don't be a dick.
I got to change. I got to make changes.
Jesus.
Ball Toronto, 25 on the Cash App.
That's like the mantra I want all co-hosts. Be funny. Don't be a dick. I mean, be a dick to me. Don't be a dick to my friend.
Yeah, man. I would never make fun of Gooch. But that shirt Bubba's got on, open game.
Yeah.
Oh, my Steve Kinzer King, old school throwback number 11 T-shirt. Just goes to show you how much of a man I am and how much of a pussy you are.
Yeah, Brian.
I'm just saying. Speaking of which, none of you have your own basketball sneaker now, do you?
Nope.
No, none of you. Go to my merchandise for you new listeners. It'll blow your socks off. We have our own merchandise wing. Unlike any other radio personality, we can own. I mean, we make a lot of money from our merchandise. Bubba Army Store, Bubba Army Shop, BubbaArmyMerch.com. And I actually got some national press last week as I found a shoe manufacturer that would replicate the Trump shoe. Remember the Trump came out with his own
gold
sneaker?
sneaks.
Right. That would replicate it using my fat guy Dunkin' a Donut logo. And those are available on our website until tomorrow at 5 p.m. So if you want a pair of these, you only have till tomorrow at 5 p.m.
A lot of people have been telling me they're buying 2 pairs. One have you autograph and display, and then one to wear.
Oh,
yeah,
damn.
That's what if you were really a Bubba Army enthusiast, you really were Bubba Army royalty, you really were the inner circle, you really were a BARP qualifier, you really are, you're one of those guys, Lummy. I'd buy 2.
Oh, yeah.
One that I do the very same thing, but I'd want a pair to wear because I can't wait to wear these.
How are the cleats coming along?
Oh, I forgot to ask.
Oh, well, time's running out.
No, I'll get that handled. Dan wanted to outfit his flag football team with Bubba Army cleats, and he was going to buy an extra 15 pair.
Does he? He knows all the kids' sizes.
And we had a fan that wanted to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So it'd be
how
easy
cool
30,
would
40.
that be, man? If your dad was such a Bubba Army that he made his kids, his team, that he coached, wear Bubba Army cleats. These shoes that would be cleated up right here.
And they might be featured in August for a Colorado quarterback.
Well, I am going to.
My God, get out of here!
I don't think there's any chance in the world that he's going to mess with his NIL.
Yeah, Shador's not losing his Nike contract for Air Bubbas.
No, but hold on now. By the way, we need to probably backspin that and the fact that when we talk about Colorado and Deion Sanders and Shador Sanders, it's just not out of the blue. Deion Sanders is one of my very dear friends.
Go watch YouTube.
I mean, yeah. I mean, even Seth, who's the most negative, wanting to shoot me down, even be mean to my guest, son of a bitch, would tell you that I genuinely have a really good friendship with Deion Sanders.
Yeah, I don't want to, I don't want to rehash the whole history of you and Deion, but you guys are very good friends. You had an excellent interview with him, in the middle of last season, and he came down here 3 years ago, and he had Tom Brady give Shador quarterback lessons while you and Deion caught passes from them.
Right. Well, I was invited to said event. I was the only person invited to the event other than Alex, who was Tom Brady's trainer, Deion's son Shador, and then Deion's cameraman. That were the only people that were there, and Deion called me to be there. I took some footage. I think, Lummy, it's on almost all of our forums.
Yeah, it's on everywhere.
And of which...
It's pretty badass.
What's that?
Said it's pretty badass.
It's pretty badass, right? Getting to hang out with Tom Brady. I mean, come on, please.
And what did Brady say to you again?
He said, "I've heard of you on Stern." And then Deion goes, "Sponge, quit messing around with Tom." And I was like, I go, Deion, I just introduced myself. He goes, "That's all it needs to be."
And I didn't know he kept you away from Brady.
Because Deion knew that I was going to start working my Bubba magic. Like I was next thing you know, Deion's on my.
Brady,
yeah,
right?
Brady. Look at if you just look at. Listen.
Hey, Tom, want to see my girlfriend?
No, I
just mix in. I know things are tough for you right now. Breaking up with Giselle.
They were still married at that time. Brian.
I don't have any surveillance cameras.
I won't film this time.
I swear to you.
I won't film this time.
Could you imagine a Tom Brady sex tape?
That's the 800-pound elephant that's in the room right now as to who I really am. Hi, I'm Bubba the Love Sponge, and yes, I'm the one whose my wife blasted Hulk Hogan, and my home surveillance system caught it. And I did not secure that responsibly, had said footage at my radio studios, the ones that we're in now. Some employees, I guess, found it or something.
You went through your drawers in your office
during
desk.
after hours and then stole it, distributed it, published it. Hogan made, I don't know, $100 million. And those people that did that to me I got fired for it, and those people got my job. That's kind of the long and short of it, is it not? That's kind of the Reader's Digest version of it.
Quick synopsis.
Yeah. The people that stole it got my job. Hogan became a multi-millionaire, and I was sleeping in a 31-foot trailer behind my studios because I lost my house and almost lost my studios. But now I'm back, bitches.
Now you got an apartment and a chick with big jugs, baby.
Yeah. Now I got an apartment, an F-150 that my sister had to co-sign for me.
A smart car.
A smart car.
Cream machine.
Well, it's not. We can't put the cream machine in there.
Oh.
Did you say the Crown Vic?
I got a 2004 freshly painted from my buddy Adam at Fender Works.
Super jacked up with a hot girlfriend.
You know you're right, Triz, when your paint job's more than the car's worth.
Yeah, have I?
He got it for free.
Have I tried to be anything else besides that?
No,
I'm super white Triz. That's what I am. And isn't it disgusting in the fact that I cannot say the word white? I cannot say the word, I can't say the word white.
It's driving you nuts. I can
white
tell
garbage.
that.
White, there you go, garbage.
Oh, I don't even know. That might get caught.
Why is it
It's garbage.
Is it racial?
It's French.
They say it's hate speech.
Yeah.
YouTube and some of the platforms that we distribute the show on, we get struck like a big like a slap on the wrist, a warning for using that word, and then you go in to click what and they denote it as
it's flagged as
it's hate speech.
Does Rumble embrace white Triz?
Yes, they do.
Rumble.
They do.
You can say but we're not. We're on way more other things than Rumble.
That's true.
And so. Can you?
Maybe you can do White Triz Wednesdays when you're not on YouTube, and then you can say it all you want.
We're on Wednesday though.
Yeah, no, I meant just not on YouTube on Wednesdays
or Facebook,
just a special show.
Twitch.
Just a special show where we just say
so
White
just
Triz.
Rumble only.
Yeah,
I don't think it's that important to the program for us to say White Triz, White Triz, White Triz.
It's the only thing holding us back from being number one in Orlando. We all know that.
But here's the thing: the guy from like Shannon and the great Don Miller. They Long John Silver, Don Miller.
He can say it.
He can say his word Why can't I say my word?
What's his
What
word?
word are you talking about?
N.
Oh dear.
Long dong. Hold on now.
His word.
Hold on.
His word.
Long.
You sure he even uses that word?
Long dong Don Miller, the guy who comes on right after me, right here on 103.1 and 101.1 in Ocala and Orlando, respectfully. The great Long Dong Don Miller.
Long dong.
He drops a form of the N-word.
Oh dear.
He does on his show?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I gotta hear how he uses it.
And like I've been telling people, man, me and Shannon Burke are the two people that you might know the most in Orlando, but the breakout star is going to be Don Miller.
And that hot co-host.
Oh, he's got a hot co-host. He does middays here. And so if he can drop the variation of the N-word, why can't I say white
It's not fair.
It's not.
I either want to be able to say white triz or the N-word.
No, I don't want to.
This is where he starts stamping his feet.
I don't want to be able to say the N-word. I don't have any N-word standing. Like I can't say that. I can't say that I'm part of that group.
I used to have one on the show that would be able to say it, but I lost him.
That's way down the rabbit hole. Just you need to chill out, back it down a notch, okay, buddy? Let's talk about my sneakers. They're only available for 2 more days, and they're a direct ripoff of the. They are.
I appreciate the honest advertising.
Bubba, Trump-inspired gold patriotic Bubba Army shoe. Penn News did an article on it last week. It's selling. I got to tell you. I'll just tell you this: we're solidly in the triple figures.
Nice.
We're solid.
That's awesome.
I don't think we're going to hit 1,000, but it's it's a very respectable number, and so go get it if you want it. You're truly got to be, a Bubba Army fan. It's a little pricey, $149.99. But what's Trump's? Weren't they $3.99?
$3.99.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm half as good as Trump.
And less than half price. Now, can you get? Have you thought about making like a steel-toed work boot style one?
No. I mean,
I'm just saying. You just take that sneaker and put a steel toe in it.
Well, a composite toe is a little bit easier to do.
No, listen. Let's just stick with the basketball shoe that potentially could be a cleat after I talk to the shoe manufacturer later today, because I got about 40 to 50 pairs that if I offered them in cleats in conjunction with the sneaker deal.
They're going to be high-top cleats?
Yeah. Protect those ankles, Brian.
Most people do. Look, most big-time athletes use high top. Even running backs, and I think most of them, or they tape. They tape their ankles so that they might as well have a high top. High tops are cool. You're trying to tell me that high tops aren't cool? Are you not a high top guy?
Didn't say I'm not a high top guy.
I think you're kind of not. I kind of think you're not a high top guy.
I don't own any, but other than that.
Yeah, there's a certain amount of swagger one has to have to be maybe that right there draws the definitive line in the sand that you're just genuinely not cool enough to be a high top guy.
Yeah, when we play that basketball game, Dan's going to break your ankles. You're not going to have the high tops.
Seth, do you have any high tops?
I only have
over your career of owning sneakers.
Yes.
Have you owned high tops?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Brian, over your career,
of course, I played basketball in high school. I had high tops.
All right. Well, then, don't say that you're now.
I didn't say. I was talking about football cleats.
Did you shower with a bathing suit on?
I wouldn't. I'd wait till I get home.
Yeah. See, you're one of those guys. When I showered, man, I would just try to fluff up my wiener.
Yeah, that's what you had to do.
Yeah, you would literally.
It's a lot of work.
Hey Larry, come over here and fluff me up.
There was nobody fluffed me.
Yeah, you
but
and
you
Larry
would just
Plummer would fluff each other in the shower. That's what I heard.
No, you wouldn't.
That's word on the street. Everybody, just so you know, in Orlando, best friend Larry Plummer.
Give it a little Stretch Armstrong.
He's from Indiana. Runs the Parks and Rec department for Warsaw.
Would you just shut up?
I'm helping him learn about the show.
To backfill Willie.
Backfill Willie. Say it. And he fluffed Bubba in high school in the shower.
And he still does to this day.
There's probably
and Bubba watched him have sex.
There's probably a percentage. There's probably a percentage of listeners that lived in the era which I did, where, and I think Lummy, he's just you're 20 years way younger than me. And you seem to like the school systems that you went to. They made you shower.
And in college too. You showered.
Yeah, after like PE or after football or wrestling, whatever sport you participated in, you got your ass in the shower and you had a locker and you had some shampoo and a bar of soap. They provided you a towel. And, you'd have an extra pair of underwear and maybe some extra pair of socks.
Would people tease you about your wiener, Lummy?
No.
Nobody ever teased
You
about
kind of
your
just put the guy with the huge wiener over.
Yeah.
Who was that on your team, Lummy?
His name was Brent Rooney.
Mine was Terry Heil.
He was a white guy with a huge wiener.
Hello. In college, it was Todd Eckerd. Hello.
There was too many to count at USF.
Hey, Bubba.
Lummy said he was offensive lineman from USF, and he'd have a roster. He'd have about 16 names right now if he was going to be genuinely honest.
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
Hey, Bubba, how you doing? Scott from Delaware. Congrats on your on your Orlando. Proud of you, man.
103.1 and then 101.1 in Orlando and Ocala. The number, if you'd like to call in as a person that's listening to us for the first time, 813-90-BUBBA. 813-90-BUBBA. Maybe, that's the only calls we should take are just, new listener calls.
There you go.
Yeah.
So hang up on this guy.
No, I'm not going to hang up on this guy. I'm going to be polite. But what do you got for me, buddy?
Thanks, Brian. Appreciate that.
That's how much of a dick he is. What can I do for you?
Right? Hey, regarding those shoes, buddy, do you have can you get those in a wide? I have a foot like Fred freaking Flintstone.
I'm suggesting people that it's just the standard, width.
Yeah. The special gout edition will be out next year.
Did you ask the same question last week?
But hold on. But I'm suggesting for those that are worried about width, I would order an extra half size up.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to get a pair anyway for you, son. I'm just going to put them up, man. I'm all Bubba Army.
All right,
Good
buddy.
luck to you guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. 813-90-BUBBA. It seems like, let's try to just take Orlando and Ocala. But what if we don't get any? We have to be prepared that, it's the first day. It takes a long time for people to kind of stumble upon their favorite radio show. They may not organically know that we're coming to town. I don't think our billboard's up or anything like that.
We need a caller 13 giveaway. That always gets the phones a buzzing.
Yeah, what can we give away? How about a Tony Kinzer shirt?
Hey, we got
Tony who?
Tony
Steve Kinzer.
No, how about a Tony Stewart shirt? Because we got about 5,000 of them in the front parking lot.
Yeah, there we go.
No, you know what I will give away, Lummy, for my first Orlando or Ocala caller. And they're going to have to, prove to us that they are listening to us in 101.1 or
like
103.1.
Fish on Jay when he turned up the radio.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to have to prove. I got a pair of tickets to the Gator Nationals, the NHRA Gator Nationals. I got a pair of tickets. I think it's for Saturday for the first 813-90-BUBBA. You know what, Lummy? I actually got 5 pair of these.
Whoa.
So for the next 5 people, might as well just blow them out today, right?
Do they have to rub the phone against their beeve?
No, they don't have to.
No, they have to run the numbers, though. Come on. Run the number. If it's a chick. Chicks only?
No. No. It's at this point, we just need to be anybody. You can't narrow it down to chicks only.
Can it be like an established listener, or does it have to be a new listener? Because Fish on Jay, technically,
no. I mean, no, it can be an established listener that has flipped over from whatever form they used to watch us, and they can prove that they're listening to us on 103.1. So, if you're watching us on YouTube right now at the Bubba Army, and you're in Orlando, and you now have the luxury of being able to tune into 103.1. and prove that, call me, 813-90-BUBBA, if you'd like to go to the Gator Nationals this Saturday.
Well, we got Panhandle on 9-1, so do they count?
No, see, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. This isn't a Wolf. This isn't a Fort Walton Beach, deal. This is a direct Orlando, Ocala, 101.1 and 103.1. So let me, we'll double check it by 1, the area code that comes up, and 2, whether they can tune in and play said frequency on the air. Let me do some words. 813-90-BUBBA. If you're listening to us in Ocala or Orlando on our new stations, 101.1 in Ocala and 103.1 in Orlando. It's the Bubba the Love Sponge show. I know you know about us. Go ahead and Google us. Maybe Seth, I shouldn't be so afraid of my Google results, and I should just say Google me, because actually when you Google me, it just shows you how much of a superstar I am. Not just one little thing comes up. I mean, you know, there's at least 25 pages of Bubba the Love Sponge
I would
stuff.
tell people to, hold off on the Googling for now, but wait to get to know us a little bit before you really want to.
If you want to deep dive into the Bubba the Love Sponge show from the past, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
We'll be back after these words.
You got 1,200 in Rumble? Almost 13?
Hey, let me tell him to stop doing the wide shot. I want the ISOs on the hot mic.
When I saw.
There you go.
It's back.
Thank you.
YouTube, start giving us thumbins. What are you guys doing? You lazy pieces of shit.
Oh.
Why don't you tell him, Brian? Tell him.
Fucking give us a thumbin on
Here comes
YouTube.
fruit.
It's how we get promoted.
Here comes fruit.
Is Gooch coming?
Yes, he's on his way down.
All right. Show him where to sit. Yeah. That's too much.
It's
Is he calling from McDonald's drive-thru?
Yeah, I'll give your number to Babyface for a legal question.
Yeah.
I'll take your number down. What's your number? Or what's your name? I got your number. What's your name? You're 313, right? And go with Nick. All right. I'll give it to Brian. Yep. All right. Have a good one. Awesome. Thank you. Good morning, Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Yep, you're in Orlando. Or OCALA, 352. All right, hold on. We just went to break. We'll be back in about 6 minutes.
Tell him not to go anywhere, Lummy.
Don't go anywhere. You heard dead air, but when we come back in 5 minutes, you'll hear it pop on. All right, thanks.
Deuces.
Good morning, Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Good morning. You're in Orlando for the listening. All right, we are on break for the
Good to
next
see ya.
5 6 minutes. You heard dead air, but when we come
You hear
back,
Seth talking shit?
Okay.
Yeah,
but that's what he does.
You should just mean mug him the whole time.
Yeah. He'll get real fucking
Uncomfortable.
Yeah, just stare. You sit on the far end.
Yeah,
there you
just
go.
fucking
Just
stare at him.
And Gooch has got a 1,000-mile stare too, big motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't want to get him all anxietied up where he's puking in his car again.
Well, he's all anxiety up.
It'd be hilarious. It'd be great
He's
conversation.
gonna get anxiety when he sees what you look like.
When don't say a word, and then when he comes back, say which one of you assholes is Seth.
No.
Do it. Do it.
So don't get.
You're just too nice for that.
No, I just think that Gooch just sits there and then
Yeah, just
Steph will
silently.
fucking.
Like stewing and staring at Seth.
Arms
Yeah.
crossed.
Seth's clearly outside hitting the vape.
So I'm gonna do. Lummy.
Yes, Father.
I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do people on hold, ticket giveaway.
Yep.
And then we'll. I got this Natalie Holloway thing to do.
The Vandersloot Rules series.
Just blasting chicks.
What's the story about him now?
He's having sex with like 3.
I think I got rid of that story. Should I cover it?
In prison in where is he?
Vandersloot?
Peru? Where is he being held? Ecuador, Peru, some shit like that.
Yeah, Ecuador. Peru's National Penitentiary Institute.
Yeah, I can't see anything.
He was approved for
filled
conjugal
that out.
visits.
I finally admitted it.
I know. Oh, you finally admitted it?
Yeah. Like within the last 3 months.
Oh. Doesn't he look like it?
What's up, man? Is this a scare tactic?
No, but I mean, I'm just saying,
You are sitting in my chair.
Is this your chair?
That's where I sat the last time I came.
Really?
So why don't you move, bitch? Go take it from him.
I
Can you imagine if he walked up literally and said, "Bitch, get on my chair"?
I mean, I don't normally work Monday, so I mean, I really wouldn't mind if he took over. I've already let Orlando know about me, so.
Right. Well, you've already done enough damage, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, Bubba, they wanted me to let you know in the back that when we go to break, they use that as the transition from the wide spot to the individual.
From what now? Hold on, what?
When we go to break, they go to the wide shot and then transition to the individual.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Hey, Blake
Thank you for the
Corum's
information.
doing well right now.
What's it up to?
I think it's up to about 36 with about half the time
Thank you.
left.
So it's probably go for like 80.
I think it's like 75, 80. Could be more because he had a really good combine. So
Who did?
the kid's running back from Michigan. I looked up, so could have a little more buzz for some guys coming out of the combine. So
Yeah, this sounds all like a bunch of fucking wishful shit. We don't have anything solid. Nothing.
Nope. House of Cards, baby.
I mean, we're just sitting here opening
That'd
up
be a good
boxes,
name for a card.
hoping some guy who has
House
a
of
decent
Cards.
fucking combine hooks up with a good team and could potentially have a breakout season. We're 2 years.
Did you see the dude ran a 4.21?
I know, but we're 2 years invested in this fucking bullshit nickel card that we're hoping could go to fucking 1450. Sounds like a tough way to fucking make a lot of money to me.
Is it the 14?
Meanwhile, my shoes are just fucking killing it.
The guy that doesn't believe in outer space and is a flatlander?
I think that was him. Yeah.
Who's that?
I think Xavier Worthy. It might have been him. One of the guys doesn't.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Missed part of the show? We got you covered at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Now back to Bubba Live Worldwide.
Man, that sounds. Don't you think that sounds so much better?
Oh, yeah.
It's quicker, more efficient. The girl I hired, it was remember the guy Michael Rigsby, the guy that I had, the dirt track guy?
Yeah.
And he's on with Flow Motorsports, and we were talking about, we just talked about racing a little bit. His wife is a voiceover girl for various, like various skin. Like she's done like, huge national commercials that have run on TV and stuff like that. She's a voiceover girl, and she she does 15 or 20, major market radio stations, and she does just big corporate like Publix and things like that. And I'm like, hey, if I send her a list of stuff to read, would she read them for me? He's like, yeah, no problem. Her name's Amber. I think it's Amber Rigsby, and she's a voiceover girl. And she did some stuff for us, and it just really doesn't it really sound refreshing to have a
strong female voice on the air? Yes.
Yeah, it must be nice.
No, but something different than what we've had. Like the other stuff was just ugh. We ran it into the ground. Now we're going to go to Orlando and OCALA. First-time listeners, you have to prove that you're listening either on 103.1 in Orlando or 101.1 out of OCALA. And I got a pair of NHRA tickets for the Gator Nationals this weekend. If you can prove such a thing, 813-90-BUBBA, 813-90-BUBBA. Hi, who's this?
This is Anderson.
Hi, Anderson. Where you? What frequency and what city you listening to me from?
103.1 in Orlando, Florida.
Now, are you a new listener, or are you a guy that is familiar with the show and you're just listening to us on that frequency?
I'm a new listener.
Really? You were just just happened to be scanning the dial around, and boom, there we are.
Well, there was another show on here, and then I listened to you guys, and I kept listening. And I like what I'm hearing, so I'm here now. I'm a new listener and a new fan.
Oh, so you were listening maybe in the overnight hour? What were they playing in the overnight hour?
Oh,
it was such a good show you can't even remember it. But anyway, all that matters, my friend, is that you know that we are here now daily, Monday through Friday, 6A to 10A. Now, had you heard of me, Bubba the Love Sponge, before you listened to me just a few minutes ago, or you have no idea as to who I am and my reputation?
I have no idea who you are.
My radio's broken and I can't change the channel.
So right now, my name's Bubba the Love Sponge. This is the Bubba the Love Sponge show, and I appreciate you being this is a very rare entity.
Yeah.
I appreciate you being a brand new listener, and all I ask is that you give us 2 weeks for you to listen to us, to get there's so many little inner circuits. There's just so many little inner intricacies of the show, so much inner drama, inner struggles, that you give it 2 weeks, and then will you call me back in 2 weeks and give me a little bit of a report card on what you think about the show? Obviously, you're familiar. You've probably listened to Russ and the Monsters for years, so you're familiar with Russ's sound, and he has a different sound than I do. We're far different. We're friends, but we're different people on the radio by far. I run a way different show than he does. So I'm going to give you a pair of I'm assuming you would like those pair of Gator National tickets.
That would be awesome.
All right, so I'll get you a pair of that, and then I'd like to take your number down in 2 weeks. What's your first name again?
Anderson.
And in 2 weeks, hold on, I get the Anderson report. And the Anderson report represents a guy from Orlando who doesn't know anything about us, and he's going to listen to the show for 2 weeks, and we're going to call him, and you're going to... Now, Anderson, you seem like a guy's guy, so I hope that, you'll be totally honest. If you listen to the show for 2 weeks, you're like, listen, there's just too much going on. I can't follow it, man. It just... I don't know. So it sucks. I hate it. It's the worst. You guys think you're real good, but you really suck. I hate Anna. I hate Seth. Bubba's a fat ass. I like that slow guy. The doctor seems a little douchey. He's always bragging about how much money he's got. So I want you to... We're going to get the Anderson report in 2 weeks. You're going to be totally honest with us, even if it's bad. Promise?
I promise.
All right, hold on, Anderson. I'll put you on hold. We're going to get your information, okay? Then I'll get it to Josh from the NHRA. Hold on, okay? Let me name, phone number, email.
Got it.
That's what I need. Oh, did I hang up on him? No, I got
him.
Hi, who's this?
This is Brian.
I got 5. Now I got 4 left. Are you interested in the NHRA Gator National tickets, my friend?
Yes, sir.
And
I was the first one to call. Let me hung up on me.
Oh, okay. You know what? I forgot to ask Anderson to prove that he was listening, didn't I?
I think he was listening.
Yeah, you can tell from the... Yeah. Now, where are you listening from?
In Orlando on 103.1.
Right, and can you jack that up a little bit there so we realize it might be a minute.
I have you on my car speakerphone. It actually jumped to that.
Oh, so it mutes out. Right, I get it.
Yeah.
So now, are you familiar with me and my brand, or what? What how much do you know about us?
From the early 2000s, and then you went to Sirius, and I kind of lost track of you there.
Right. So, but this morning you stumbled upon us, and here we are.
Yeah, I had heard you every now and again on Florida Man Radio, but I didn't know you were on terrestrial on 103.1. That's awesome.
Right. And so now...
you're bigger now.
Yeah, now we're on a big Sling and D signal now, and we're going to give, WTKS a run for their money. I'm telling you.
Bubba's back.
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
Hell yeah.
That's right.
Bubba's back. Oh, crap.
Are you going to come to the funeral we have for Russ Rollins?
No, we're
and
not.
company?
We're not doing. What's your name again, sir?
It's
Brian.
Rossi Morning Zoo on Z100.
That goes on you, Brian, the babyface, for saying that we're going to have a funeral. We're not having that's Zookeeper morning show war crap. We're not doing.
Haven't you done it before?
Yeah,
that was old
Bubba.
I've heard
doing
him.
improved.
Bubba, with all due respect, Brian, I think his name was. He just said what he said wasn't too far off, honestly, because I'm not a fan of that show.
Well,
so.
That's great. We're not going to do. We're not going to do a funeral for Russ Rollins.
He gets it. He knows how to work.
I'm a fan. Here's what I'm a fan of. Bubba on 103.1.
Yeah. They should make that. You know what? I hope we got that clean, because that should be a positioning statement right there. Listen, Brian, I'm going to put you on hold. I got tickets for you.
Hey, you got Venmo, Brian? We take it, buddy.
Actually, I do.
All right.
I do.
Seth, stop. We're not ready to start shaking people down yet.
It's
day one. We got to introduce ourselves. And before
you want me to Venmo you money? Seth?
Hold on. Listen, sir. with all due respect, we do have a
What? Say it.
We
got
do,
two.
We have Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App that the listeners sometimes throw us a little money to keep us on the air. Yes, that's a dynamic that we have, but that's way on down the road, my friend. Hey, you won tickets, and you just and you're a brand new listener.
So tip us.
That's all. That's all you need to know. I'm going to put you on hold. Shut up.
Bubba, are
Listen.
you going to be there?
Yes, I'm going to be at the Gator Nationals Friday,
But
Saturday,
do not
Sunday.
talk to me.
But so, or ask for a picture because I'll be busy talking to
I'm
Randy.
gonna be with Randy from Skag at the starting line.
And you're going to be on the top row there, buddy. So listen,
I remember when Bubba went to Howard Stern Studios to go after D. Snyder. I remember that.
Yep. That didn't work out too good for me. So anyway, I saw. When
has a confrontation with another radio DJ worked out for you, buddy?
So listen, I'm going to put you on hold. Welcome to finding us on 103.1. Go tell all your rugged ass friends if they want to listen to a real man's show that we're back on 103.1. Okay, buddy?
Dude, this guy's the man. We gotta get him here for a $1.99.
Hey, Bubba, you sound like you clean your act up a little bit too, man. That's a good thing. You're coming a long way, man. Let's go, Bubba.
We need to take
Bubba's back, baby.
We need to take this guy's phone call, make a promo out of it. The whole damn thing's a screaming promo. All right, listen, you're right, sir. I have cleaned my act up, and my ass. And I'm gonna put you on hold so that the big dumb guy here named Lummy, who's the most liked, is gonna get your information so I can get your Gator National tickets to you. Okay, buddy?
That sounds
all right. That sounds great. Great promo. Great sound bites.
And we got a billboard idea of it. We can have a picture of your back up there, and it can say Bubba's back. Like
Jesus.
Oh, that's 3.
Morning Zoo on Z100.
That's 3. That's almost like, Black Flag Willie. Ooh. Hello, who's this? Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, you're on the air, buddy.
Oh, hey, this is John. I'm right on Disney property going into Kissimmee.
And listen to us on 103.1. Are you a brand new listener, John?
I am not. I have Sirius and had Sirius and lost track of you for a while. Lived out in Las Vegas and moved here during COVID, but I picked up back when you still had Trace. Right about when you fired him, I started listening to you again in the afternoons.
By what me?
Listening to you on your Bubba Army radio network.
Right.
And now I got you on YouTube all the time. But I figured I'd call in because I had it on the radio too.
Well, that's great. And so when you can, listen to us on 103.1 when you can. You can always then backfill a lot of the content we do. Like you said, it sounds like you pretty much got it dialed in by going to YouTube. Our YouTube channel is quite extensive with content that we do not produce for regular radio. Everything from Lummy's Goat Report.
Rumble and the subscription on Locals, too.
Oh, yeah. So you're big time,
Oh,
Bubba
yeah.
Army.
Were you a big Trace fan?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But Lummy might recognize me as Mills 72 on Locals. I talked to him when he does his football watch.
Well, if you're talking yourself out of these tickets, but let me go.
You know what, Bubba? I don't need the tickets. That's cool.
I want
to all of you.
I want to give you tickets, buddy. I was just being a smartass. If I give you tickets, will you use them, or are you going to waste them?
No, I don't need them, Bubba. I'm a big fan. Love you guys. And thanks to all of you.
Well, when you can,
except Brian, no thanks to him.
Yeah, Brian, and that's really, quite honestly, the general consensus around here. Most people just tolerate him. He's got a really, really super hardcore fans of about 15 or 20 of them.
Scott and Big O.
that really like him, but for the most part, everybody hates his smarmy, toothy, liberal, snowflake, and woke ass. For the most part. You hit that one down on the head. So anyway, I appreciate listen when you can listen to me on 103.1 terrestrially in the Orlando area. When you can, do so, okay?
Okay, I sure will.
Appreciate it. Thanks. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
How's it going, Bubba? Welcome back.
Good. Where are you listening to us from?
Orlando.
We're at in Orlando.
We're on Cimarron and Schiller.
Perfect. Now, are you familiar with me? And
yes, sir. I used to listen to you on Sirius
and I see you on YouTube.
Right. So now you know that when you're just rip roaring around Orlando, for the most part, everywhere in Orlando, from I don't know from Lakeland to Daytona to like Leesburg. I don't know how far south.
Bartow, I think.
To Bartow.
Yeah,
you can get us on
I picked you up all
103.1.
the way to Arbondale.
Yeah, 103.1. Listen to us there when you can. If I'm the competition right now, Brian, I know I don't want you to be a smartass, or even you, Seth. If I'm the competition right now and I'm listening, I'm like, man, just right out of the bat, he was able to just pack the phone lines full of people that had either heard of him, are familiar with his brand, or like how many brand new shows can do that your first 15 minutes in the market?
It's
not very
awesome.
many.
Literally, first half hour in the market of a brand new market, and you can pack your phone lines of people that are either familiar with you or stumbled upon you and are going to listen.
That first guy was a brand new listener.
Yeah. So anyway, sir,
Yep.
if I got you NHRA Gator National tickets, would you go for this weekend?
Yes, I would.
All right,
It's my birthday today, so yes, I would.
It's your
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
How old are you, my friend?
47.
47. Perfect. That's right in our demographic, 25 to 54.
So do me a favor, tune into 103.1 and pull that tuning knob off and just leave it locked in.
All right.
Are you telling him
No
to
problem.
tune it in and rip the knob off?
Tune it in.
Turn
tune
it up
in.
loud and rip the knob off.
Oh no, Brian!
Four within 90 minutes. Wow. Hold on, sir. Let me get your information. It looks like I have one more set to give away. And then you guys have, if you want to call in 813-90-BUBBA from either Orlando or Ocala and check in as a new listener or somebody that's listening to us on that frequency, do so. We'll take those calls all day long today. No more tickets. I don't have any more tickets, but good check-ins are nice. What?
I don't want Brian to leave it all, but that was 4.
I know.
But it's all in the guise of the new station. You know?
It's all he's being a zookeeper on the guise of trying to put our best foot forward and not be cheese dicks and here we are.
Tune it in and rip off the knob.
Lummy, have you got a hold of Rainbow Rick?
He's on the phone.
Yes. Sorry. Yes, I have. I've messaged him multiple times.
And what does he say?
He said that he needs to get with Macho, and so I need to just get them hooked up together.
I need these windscreens ASAP.
Yep.
Hello. Last call of potentially a new listener on 103.1 or 101.1. Hello, who's this?
It's Little Wilbur's Afterbird.
Oh, Little
What's
Wilbur.
up, Craig?
What's up?
He's a Hall of Famer of the show. That means he's super, super, super vested.
Very sweet man.
Little Wilbur, do you want to go to the U.S. Nationals this weekend? The Gator Nationals this weekend. If you do, I'll get you tickets.
No, I'm good, brother. I'll be up there anyways.
Okay, cool. Now,
Yep,
obviously, you're an Orlando-based. Usually you listen to us on Rumble or Twitch or Facebook or YouTube. But are you actually listening to us on 103.1 right now as we speak?
I am.
I am. How's it sound? Turn it up a little bit for me.
It sounds pretty good there, brother.
Turn it up.
I'm getting it.
That sounds great. So rich and full. It's a good signal right there. All right, turn it down.
You got it?
Yeah, turn it down. All right, Little Wilbur. Thank you for the check-in, man. I think we're going to set a record. Yeah, thank you. If I'm the competition and I'm listening to this nonsense, and I know that I'm Bubba the Love Sponge, especially Orlando, especially iHeart.
Jeff Patterson, $50 on the Venmo,
and he's sitting right there. Seth, won't you thank him personally? Look him deep into his eyes.
Thank you, Mr. Gooch Patterson. Sorry for anything that I've said in the past.
Is he future a little larger of a man than you anticipated?
No, I imagine all your friends. I imagine to be definitely.
He
able
hasn't
to...
seen him stand up.
Yeah, you haven't seen him stand.
He is massive.
No, he's
act like I just
intimidate him.
Yeah, and you know what? He's the nicest guy ever.
Yeah, no, I could tell.
He made some observations about you that you took the wrong way. He's very much a straight shooter.
Yes,
and he's in town visiting me for a few days. And I want you to be respectful of my friends, especially when they're 6'4", 400 pounds.
Yeah,
that guy will kill you.
No, yes,
kick your ass.
Can you imagine going home today to your wife and like just being completely bloodied up, just double black-eyed, just got your ass kicked? And you said, what happened? Well, one of Bubba's guests, I got a little lippy, a little smart-assy, and he took me pillar to post. He did.
I'd probably drive off the bridge on the way home.
Which one?
Gandy.
No.
You're not going to die off the Gandy.
It's not very high.
Die off the Gandy?
I don't think
you can.
I don't think
No, you can't.
The whole
No, you
Gandy
can't.
that doesn't have a hump?
Yeah,
It's got a hump.
I think you could
It's
die
got
off
a
the Gandy,
hump.
but
We'll
it's,
jump off the causeway.
it's only like a 10-foot drop.
No, it's not. It's high enough where I used to be scared of it, but now that bitch is my road.
Okay. Hello.
Wait, you used to be afraid to drive across the Gandy Bridge?
The lowest bridge here. Hello.
Yes, Brian.
Hey.
Yeah.
My name's Adam. I used to be a fan of the other station for years, but they made a big left turn in their content. I found you guys on 105.5, listened on the app, and happy to have you 103 run programmed on my favorites.
Could you
Hell
please
yeah.
could you please spread that out amongst all the kick-ass rugged dudes that you encounter throughout the day in the Orlando Metro?
Absolutely, every day.
And would you like to go to the NHRA Gator Nationals?
Do you have any other tickets left?
I got 2 young boys. I think they'd love it.
Yeah, I can get you 4. I'll get you 4 instead of 2. Let me put down a 4 instead of a 2 for him. All right. I mean, what's NHRA going to do? I'm giving them all this free advertising.
Yeah.
On my brand new market.
Just want to make sure you have tickets.
I got
You're saying
you.
geeks there to kick
Stop
their ass.
trying to be a bitch.
I'm not. I'm just,
I got them. All right. I don't have any more tickets, so all the check-ins now we appreciate it's going to have to be for free. Just a true listener. We're listening to the show. Welcome back. If I'm the competition, I'm thinking, oh my God, the hell, calls right out of the box. I mean, when you started with Jade in the morning over there at 101.5, and you were a brand new show, were you able to open the phone lines up within the first 30 minutes and get 12 people that had heard of you and her together?
No,
even knew what the hell anybody's name was or what was going on?
I think a few people knew Jade, but
God, she was hot.
Definitely was. We didn't take a. Definitely there weren't
She's
a lot
still
of
in New
calls.
York?
No, I think she's in Orlando. I think she's actually in Orlando. Or Lakeland or something. Seth, you might know.
Bubba, I got no idea.
Seth, you were her co-host.
Oh, he blocked her too.
I blocked that bitch after she
Why?
after she
She's
got rid of me
so
from
hot.
Apple a Day. Bubba, I raised $300,000 for the charity that she was ahead of, man. And then when I left the bone, she got rid of me because apparently she didn't think that I could, raise money for her organization anymore. So I mean, F her all the way.
And you know what? When I thought I had scorched the most bridges in town.
What's a scorched bridge? What do I need? What do I need her for?
No, I'm just saying.
She can't get a job in town. Nobody wants to deal with her.
Hey, listen, easy. Stop. What if I get her to do maybe some Orlando check-ins?
She works
Jay
like
Donovan?
iTunes or something.
iTunes. Hey, would you be? Listen, we need like an Orlando correspondent. What if we get Jay Donovan to be our Orlando correspondent?
Go get one.
What'd you say?
I still got the message saved from her boyfriend when he called me after she broke up with him, and he was calling me to try to get her back. I was like, "This is so pathetic. I'm in the middle of this." Got it saved from what was it, 2013?
You're like, man, I can barely hang on to my relationship. You want me to give you advice, please?
Lummy, write this down. $250.
Yeah, the average.
Brian, 5 days a week.
Oh yeah,
and the average dude
That's a
right
Brian
now,
fan.
and the dude that
thanks, Mom.
And the dude that's listening to the show right now is like, man, I don't quite understand. It's a great show, but then they have people sending them like $250, like, and I don't get it. I've never heard of a radio show that is like it's a constant telethon. I've never heard it, and it's funny too. They're able to like shoestring the telethon in with good content. I can't get it.
Can we get a daily tote board in here? That'd be pretty cool.
It could be cool until we have a slow day. And then we get,
but then it's content, baby.
Yeah,
but then we're really begging when we're saying how much we need for the day.
Right. Let's just keep this facade that we're doing real good going. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Hi, who's this? Last call from my Orlando, OCALA brand new listeners. I gotta literally go to break. I've been inundated with brand new people from both cities, OCALA and Orlando, that are listening to us on 101.1 and 103.1. Hello, who's this? Last call. Driving me crazy. Hello.
That's Adam.
Hi, Adam. Adam, are you brand new, or are you Bubba Army holdover from like YouTube and you just knew we were going to be on this frequency, or what's your deal, Adam?
No, I've been riding with y'all since Power Pig.
Oh, damn. You've been around since Power Pig. So no panties Thursday, lesbian Tuesday, Fat Philly Fridays.
Whip 'em out Wednesdays.
Whip 'em out. Well, no, that was Opie and Anthony.
Oh, sorry.
Dumbass.
Brian.
That's a good show, too, though. We love
What a
them all.
dick. You're right. Whip 'em out Wednesdays.
Oh, Bubba's still around. They aren't.
So what are you listening to us on 103.1 right now?
Normally I listen to you on HQ, but I was listening to you this morning, so I figured I'd dial in. I'm FTE. I was coming up from Lake Placid. I'm picking you up in Sebring.
Oh, and 103.1?
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Clear down to Sebring. Appreciate that, my friend, you gear jammer. We appreciate you. One, hanging with us and knowing where to go when you're not listening to 103.1, Bubba Army HQ. And then when you're in the Orlando area, so that you can hear the great Don Long Dong Miller show. And after me, 103.1, buddy, home of Shannon Burke.
That's right.
Appreciate you, bud.
Yes, sir.
Bye now. So, Anna, I think you sent this to me last week, and it's the guy that killed the Natalie Holloway. Remember, she was that really cute
in
blonde.
Aruba. Yeah, she was 18.
And this was, I forget how many years ago.
Oh,
20.
Was it?
And
2010? I don't know.
Remember, and here's the thing: it was like one of the. Well, it was if you're hot and good looking, it's such a more of a drag. Like they look for the killer a little bit more, intensely, and two, it's far more of a news story when the victim is, kind of a hot, bubbly beach, little, on college break.
Just say it.
What?
White. That's what the people say, not me.
No. What if it was an African American girl that was as pretty as like Halle Berry or Alicia Keys? That would be just as much as you have to be. It's not.
I'm not saying that's my opinion.
Oh no, there's been studies. There's been absolute
that it's
studies
like a hot white chick thing.
on hot white chicks, especially hot blonde white chicks, getting way more coverage.
Like Gabby Petito,
all
Natalie
of them.
Holloway,
Elizabeth
So
Smart.
if you're a hot blonde chick and you end up getting killed, it's far more of a story.
People are looking for you.
Than if you're like this, maybe this curly-haired, Latino fat girl.
Correct.
Mike Thurman, $100 on the cash out for Brian in his cute little boy shirt 5 days a week.
You do have a little boy shirt on. Look at you.
It's photo day at Hunter Love.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Want to listen to the show on demand and on the go? Enlist today at BubbaArmyHQ.com and sign up and start listening. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
Who doesn't even like beers?
You want a hit of Seth's vape?
No, he didn't do that either.
I can tell he doesn't work on Mondays because he didn't do his hair.
You didn't even do your hair today.
That was on me. From a bald guy?
No, it's just standing straight up in the air like my 5-year-old was.
Seth actually got a compliment early in the show on his hair in chat, saying that it looked good.
I like Seth. He's polarizing.
That's the idea about good radio, though. Make them feel something, right?
Exactly.
Don't be milk toast.
Don't be vanilla.
That's it.
Got plenty of that outside.
Seth, my Packer report is saying that they're saying there's going to be Packers trade for T. Higgins in the 41st pick.
Sounds like somebody's just making stuff up.
That's a second rounder, right? 41.
Yeah, I don't. That sounds odd.
I think T. Higgins is worth more than a second, isn't he?
He's worth a first because they franchised him.
Oh, okay, they did.
Franchise players are. I think they. Like if you matched if somebody, and I don't know, if someone matched a franchise offer, I think they'd have to give you like a first and a third round pick.
Yeah, I think there's something like that. Yeah, I think there's a compensation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so why in the world would they trade him away for a second?
Yeah, that's why I don't think. I mean, they
could just match the tag.
I mean, but they're gonna be interesting how they have to sink money to T. Higgins and then Jamar Chase.
Well, what you do is you tag Higgins now, you draft a wide out in the second or third, and then you hope that he pans out so that you can let Higgins go next year.
Oh, so you just give Higgins a 1-year deal?
The Packers don't get rid
Yeah,
of.
if you're tagging him, that's all you're doing.
Hold on, I'm hearing the Packers are thinking about getting rid of Jones. There's no fucking way, can they?
Yeah, they can. It's money, man. The running backs are pretty interchangeable.
They're plug and play. They're great plugins, dude.
See,
Aaron
look at the two teams that played in the Super Bowl this year.
Aaron Jones.
You know, Christian McCaffrey, he's a dime a dozen.
No,
I'm
fuck.
joking.
No, but like, do the Packers hang on to Jones?
Probably not if they want to beef up like their offensive line or something.
Yeah, they got cap issues, man.
There's they got AJ Dillon. They could draft another guy. I mean,
They're saying they get rid of AJ Dillon. They get rid of him. Either let him walk.
Oh, you know who they should bring back if he still got some juice? Jamal Williams. He didn't really do much with the Saints this year.
They should just keep fucking Jones.
No, they should just draft one in the 3rd or 4th round and ride with him.
There's actually a really good running back coming out of Wisconsin this year. Maybe the Packers would grab him like the 2nd or 3rd.
No, why don't we just keep fucking Jones?
Dude, you can't keep these running backs when they're at the tail end of their career and they're making how much they're making a certain amount of money. Like, Jones is great, but when you're like 29 and you're making, I don't know what he's making.
I'm sure he wants 15, 20 million a year.
Yeah, give it to him.
No way.
No.
What up, sister girl? Caviar, you're the man. Thanks for sending that check. It cleared.
People are sending you checks.
Yeah, Caviar sent me a check for some cards I sent him.
Yeah.
What up, Hippie? I told him not to worry about it.
It's hard telling what kind of fucking shakedown we got going on over here.
Dude, I think you could talk to any motherfucker I've dealt with cards, and there's absolutely no shakedowns at all.
No, Seth's actually overhooking them up.
I actually really am.
Yeah, that's good.
He's giving them cards out of his own personal collection.
Okay, perfect. I don't have anything to do with that.
What's up, LM? You should be happy, Bubba.
I'm very happy.
The guy from the Bubba Army hit me up last night, wanted my Caitlin Clark card, sold it to him. I mean, like...
You had a Caitlin Clark card?
Yeah. You know she's going to play for the Indiana team?
How do you know that?
They have the first pick in the draft, the Indiana Fever. Ticket prices have doubled since she announced she was coming out.
Oh, fuck.
So she's going to be probably going there.
Indiana Fever.
Where do they play?
I have no fucking idea.
they play the same way the Pacers play.
Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would assume.
Yeah, they do. They play in the same place.
Ticket prices double. They're going for like 8 each now.
I don't know. I wonder if she announced she was going pro because she wanted to play for Indiana. I don't know. Like, is that really close, Indiana and
Iowa?
Yeah,
Pretty much neighbors.
Yeah.
Is abortion legal in Iowa, Bubba?
What?
Is abortion legal in Iowa?
I don't know.
Where did you have to go? Illinois?
East St. Louis, Illinois. We don't need to get into all that now.
What about the merch crick and her card caper?
What do you mean?
Well, you said she traded one away that was like worth $5,000.
Let's not get into that either, okay? You're bringing a bunch of trigger and shit, okay?
I don't know. You brought it up the other day on the card show.
Yeah, well, let's not bring it up no more. She's fucking got full-blown anxiety over it.
Dude, the Wembenyama's fucking $5,000.
Yeah, but she had a David Robinson rookie.
No, she had a Bill Buckner.
No, she didn't, Lummy. She had a fucking David Robinson rookie. And fast talking Daniel Rose says it wasn't really good.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Were you sleeping in and missed the first hour of the show? Don't worry. It's all at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Now back to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Man, that sounds so much better, right? Right on our first day back, too. To have these new positioning statements. Perfect. Hey, we're a big-time show, and when you're a big-time show, let me you get what they call these national endorsements, and they pay lots of money. So for all you radio personalities, think that, you know, I'm doing a 60-second read going into the network. Pitch. You have no idea how much they pay. Sorry, your little local yokel show, you can't do national reads like me, but I got a bunch of them. Of which, Lummy, the Bubba the Love Sponge show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Again, this show is sponsored by BetterHelp. And a lot of us spend our lives wishing that we had more time. The best way to squeeze in that special thing into your schedule is to know what's important to you and to make it a priority. Therapy can help you find out what matters to you so that you can do more of it. And if you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited for your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. It's quite easy. Learn to make more time about what makes you happy with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com
/BTLS.
And that's going to get you 10% off your very first month. That's BETTER, BetterHelp, HELP, BetterHelp.com
/BTLS.
Now, see, that's a national read, guys. That's a network-wide national read. It's not a little $50 or $80 yokel local that you're doing, my friend. Not even going to give you the number. Sorry.
Spike Fast Racing, $49.99. Super chat. Bubba, will you be at Eldora and cut a heel promo on me, please? He's listening in Green Bay.
Bubba, will you be at Eldora and cut a heel promo on me listening to Green Bay? No, I'm not going to be at Eldora. And why would I want to cut a heel promo to a guy who just gave me $50? Am I supposed to say, listen, you jobber, you should have given me $100. I'm well worth $100. You think I'm only a $50 radio guy? You little bitch. I'm a $100 guy.
That's old Bubba.
Yeah, new Bubba is just like, man, thanks for the 50, kid. Maybe send it 3 more times. I didn't know that Chris Morton, and isn't 72 by, if you don't have any really, really obvious, is it comorbidities?
Close enough.
Yeah. You know, like wrong stuff with you. Chris Mortensen, the legendary ESPN and a legendary broadcaster, sports broadcaster, he died this weekend at age 72. And isn't 72 kind of young?
For rich white men? That's
for a rich white guy that can have any type of medical procedure done. That's young.
Yeah, he's not overweight or anything like that.
Yeah, he's not fat.
He had stage 4 throat cancer will get you, though.
Did he? Was he a smoker?
I don't know.
Yeah, just said in 2016 he had throat cancer. So
yeah, but 8 years he survived with it, but eventually got him.
You know, a lot of people get throat cancer, and it's not have anything to do with cigarettes. What happened? Did you drop something on?
No. Yes, it was me.
Okay, what did you do?
I dropped my water bottle.
You can't be on the radio and drink water at the same time?
Sorry.
She's qualified to run the country.
What'd you say?
She's qualified to run the country then.
Yeah.
No, he survived 8 years with the throat cancer.
I know somebody that had throat cancer that never smoked a day in his life, and it was brutal. I mean, and he beat it, but it was brutal because you don't realize, like how much. Well, especially a fat guy like me, how much you use your throat. I mean,
I think other people talk and stuff too.
Well, it doesn't really. It's more eating.
Oh.
Like you can't eat.
So he probably got it from eating then if he didn't smoke, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
You're talking about maybe eating at the
Y?
No.
Jesus.
Yes, I was talking about eating at the Y, but I was not going to say eating at the Y.
Oh.
I was going to try to be a little more clever about it.
Eating at the Whiz Eye.
Maybe, perhaps.
Brian is so NC-17 on Mondays. I like it.
He's
Thursdays.
He's really a handful. He really is.
Well, he's got he packs a lot of punch. It's a lot. But it's good. We need that kind of guy on the field.
It's too high of a dosage for a Monday morning, though.
Yeah, and don't forget, I have to leave here. God, and I hope that Shane and all the forefathers of JVC don't get mad that my first day back. Listen, just those phone calls alone should show you. Listen, you have nothing to worry about with regards to how well we're going to do in Orlando on 103.1. If I was a competition, I'd be freaking out right now. But I do have to leave, 45 minutes early today because I have to do this one particular thing that I texted everybody on the show, and they're like, "Yep, that certainly a good excuse as to why to miss 45 minutes of your first day in Orlando. Like I have something very important I got to do that I can't get out of.
It's very atypical of him, Orlando. Trust me.
What do you mean?
Like, you don't usually leave the show early.
Oh no! I mean,
like 3 times a year, maybe,
yeah,
and that's usually when you have like stones or something like that.
Yeah, I think maybe I left this show maybe twice early last year for various appointments, or in this particular thing, it's travel.
Yeah, it's rare.
And so, last week you sent me the Natalie Holloway stuff, and this was like 20 years. Now, was this guy back in? What's the story here? Because
just blasting 3 different women. Despite having a 28-year sentence in a Peruvian prison.
So this guy, what was his name? Jorhan
van der Sloot.
Yeah, Jorhan van der Sloot is in what, a Peruvian prison?
Correct.
In Peru?
That's where a Peruvian prison would be.
And he's
it's
the
just
guy.
The motif of the prison
in Mexico.
It's Peruvian decor, but it's really in Venezuela. Right.
They went to Pier 1 Imports.
They just directed in a Peruvian touch, but it's really in, Argentina.
Right.
Right. No. So this Jorhan van Sloot, he's the guy that killed this really hot Natalie Holloway chick 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
In Aruba.
It was a big deal. And I don't know that no, I don't know. Is this from his his original testimony? Because I got him, and he's at the forefront of the news now because he's allowed 3 or 4 conjugal visits a week. And he has like the prison guards are telling the story that this guy still has like 5 or 6 chicks that roll up on his conjugal visits. Like he's shuffling like 5 or 6 chicks on his conjugal visit
he
list.
Gets 3 or 4 a week. I need to go to Peruvian prison. I'm not getting that much action.
Yeah, can you?
Jeez Louise.
But here's the deal.
By the way, happy 40th birthday to my beautiful wife, Stephanie. Today, yes.
Happy birthday.
So Stephanie's listening to the show and saying, my husband wants to check into a Peruvian prison.
It's got to be the new role play scenario
because
tonight.
Yeah.
Is she going to be Natalie Holloway?
She's the prison guard and Brian's the murderer.
No. So this guy here who killed Natalie Holloway, he's allowed to have. And I don't know what the quantity.
I don't know how many conjugal visits he has, but it's multiple a week, I assume.
Yes, it's for his mental health. It says in the article.
I think Peru would be a bit more stiff.
They're allowed because of his mental health.
This is very disturbing. I don't know if this was during the trial of Natalie Holloway, but they provided this audio of him, and I found it's the first time that I kind of heard how it all went down. And the story is that he gets conjugal visits while in prison. He is such a monster that he killed this hot-looking Natalie Holloway. Why would this guy get conjugal visits? And within the conjugal visits world, he's shuffling like 5 or 6 there's 5 or 6 different chicks.
Up to 7, and it's in Peruvian the constitution that they're allowed to get conjugal visits.
But like how many? Once a month, once a week,
as many as you in a week. You can have as many as you want visit you in a week.
Well, I mean, And do you get like a special room and or is it just out there in the yard and on the picnic table? Like, what is it?
It looks like you get your own room with a bed and a table.
For how long?
I'm reading. It looks like up to an hour.
Damn, prison wouldn't be that bad if you had a brand new girl came and gave you some ass once a day.
I mean, that sounds like a sentence I could go for.
Yeah, Mr. Clem, what? You're sentenced to life in prison, but food's not too bad, and you can have sex once a day in one of these little private rooms.
For 2 hours, it says. You can spend up to 2 hours in a private setting with inmates in the Peruvian prison.
But you got to find these women. I mean, they're just...
I know, but when you're a superstar like me and Jorhan van Zoot, then, you just,
The one that he got pregnant, I guess, was selling candy and cigarettes to inmates.
I try to get every one of them pregnant. Before I went to Peruvian prison, I'd get my vasectomy reversed so that I could just seed the entire. I would just get every girl pregnant. But then I don't know if I want to have sex with them while they're pregnant. And then you have to find replacements, and I got to think it's tough to find replacements when you're in prison.
Is dirt truck racing big in Peru? They're gonna have a bunch of champions there.
I don't know if they know who Steve Kinzer is in Peru. To be honest with you, hello. Guys,
hey, how you doing, Bubba?
Guys laugh. Nothing's better than you pick up the phone and the guy's already laughing at what he's hearing. That just shows you how just
he's monitoring the monsters.
He's listening to us right now.
Yeah.
Talk about. So anyway, go ahead, sir.
Hey, you talking to me, brother?
Yeah, I'm talking to you, buddy.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. Hey, I just want to say, hey, man, I love you guys. I've been listening to you since prior to Sirius. I'm in Rotterdale. I was wondering if you and Mr. Bean, after your meeting, you guys want to go out and kill some sailfish and a couple wahoo.
Yeah. No, I got it.
Hell yeah.
I do have a meeting in Fort Lauderdale, and I got it. The minute I get done, I have got to get right back in the Suburban. We're taking a Suburban down there. So many people, So I got to.
Man, we've been killing them down here.
I know, buddy. I can't even really lie to you and say that I would be interested in doing that if I had the time. But I really appreciate you being a big fan and I just after I do my big time interview today, I don't know that I'd want to get on an open fish boat and fight the waves and have to bait up the hook and throw all that But I don't want to be like your least favorite DJ now because I don't want to go fishing with you.
Dude, you surpass everybody by 100%, bro.
Well,
don't even sweat that.
Russ Rollins would go fishing with you. I'm just saying.
I'm also I'm sitting in a pit with my excavator. I got a muncher. So I got everything. We can go sailfishing. You can come over, run the excavator, whatever you need, bro.
Now, see, bro. Now you're starting to whet my appetite, my beak a little bit.
That's what I'm talking
saying
about,
that you got you a big ass, 329 or 349, excavator.
I got a 350 Volvo, a 320 Cat sitting on site right now, and a muncher.
Nice.
So
I mean, just
we got it all ready
maybe not you and I going out and catching some wahoo, but maybe me and you working that 350 Volvo. Now you're talking to me, kid. But listen, I appreciate you listening to the show. I gotta go. Thanks.
Hey, you guys keep it up. Love you guys.
Don't forget my new Bubba Army, Bubba Dunkin' a Donut, Trump-inspired Patriot all gold tennis shoes available at Bubba Army shop or BubbaArmyStore.com. Tomorrow at 5:00 is it. That's it.
It comes in a special Bubba Army box,
Yes.
Air Bubba box, and it comes with one of those shoe dust sleeve covers.
Yes, and I will autograph it for you in the notes section when you order one. Say that you want it autographed or not. Here they are. They're so very beautiful. Who all wants some part? Seth, you don't want one. You don't want any, do you? Did you say no?
No, I want to use the pairs for the listeners. Yeah.
Yeah. So no for you.
Best. Hard no.
Macho, was yours a yes or a no? Yours was, I think, a
He
yes.
was a yes.
Yes. Rhett was a no.
That was a no.
But for the listeners.
Right. Anna.
7.5 women's things.
So, there you go. And she, by the way, Anna never turns anything free down.
Except a breast augmentation.
We have offered. Now look at her. She's just go ahead and look at her if you can visually see her.
Here.
On
Let me
Rumble
show you the
or
goods.
Twitch.
The goods.
Wow.
So this is
Wow,
Anna. If
chicka,
you're
wow.
If you have an opportunity to
By the goods, I mean my shoulders.
Like if you're on Rumble or Twitch or YouTube. And so look at her. She's cute. She's cute.
It's not bad.
But she's got,
Not great, not bad.
she's got a little T energy. And we have a guy that's on the show 3 times a week named Dr. Dan Diaco. And him and Brian kind of don't like each other, so we can't.
He loves me. He literally took time from his vacation today to tune in and listen to me.
Yeah, but you guys have this ongoing feud. Let's just be honest.
What was his comment there, Brian?
Anyway,
Brian,
you guys,
what was his comment?
That would probably be the belle of the ball in prison.
You take tons of action in prison.
Yeah.
So that's how they roll. They hate
witty.
each other. They're always cutting on each other. But oddly enough, the guy that usually sits in that seat took his family on spring break today. So Brian filled in. Brian's usually just a Thursday guy and a sports card breaker. And
That's all I do.
That's all he does. He's an attorney too. But he's got a whole different, the way that he rolls is way different than Dan. And Brian, I think you've politely declined the shoe.
Yes, I want that for the listeners.
But Lummy, I think that you wanted one.
Yes.
Right. And Seth, did you say no? You said,
I want a pair.
Oh, you do want a pair?
Yeah, size 11.
Well, and now have you? Well, you
And you're giving Rhett's Ty J.
Seth's actually a size 9, but he's selling the 11s. He's got an order from a
He knows
listener.
what the average listener wears.
$85 he's selling the listener for.
Seth, you have to promise me as your friend that you don't eBay them, okay, buddy? Like seriously.
Can I get an autograph? But can you make it out to Mike instead of Seth, please?
Right. I got it pre-sold to Mike somewhere in Cicero. Mike from Cicero. Does anybody besides me and Seth even know what suburb of a big city Cicero is in?
It's got to be Chicago.
How'd you know?
Well, because you said me and Seth, and that's the only city that you two have in common.
Dealing with smarter people than me.
So
anyway, this Jordan Van Sloot guy who killed Natalie Holloway
and another woman.
He killed 2 women. He has life in prison in Peru.
28 years.
And that's it?
That's what it says.
28 years for killing 2?
I think so.
Well, I don't think he got convicted for the Holloway one.
Yeah, because he only committed the second one, I think, in Peru.
Yeah, but this is him describing him killing Natalie Holloway. And this guy gets to have conjugal visits as many as he wants. And
2 hours a day.
And there's up to 8 to 10 women that are on his rotation. My Lord, this guy has to be a pimp. Like a pimp.
He's a ladies' man.
Here's him describe. Talk about this is really bad.
We lay down together in the sand, and we start kissing each other. I get her to kiss me again. We start kissing each other, and I start feeling her up again, and she tells me no. She tells me she doesn't want me to feel her up. I insist. I keep feeling her up either way. And she knees me. She ends up kneeing me in the crotch.
I mean, good girl. I mean, right? Cool for her. I mean, she had some skill set. If a guy, grabs on you 2 or 3 times and it's getting a little hairy, you knee him right in the balls. Usually the guy writhes in pain, and I think you can usually, run away. Because it takes listen, all of us have been kneed in the balls, and I think every guy would say, you just can't get kneed in the balls and then just grab a hold of a chick. Like, it takes your breath away. If you really get kneed in the balls, it takes you down for 10, 15 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And that gives that girl a chance. Hey, listen, anybody gets a 15-second lead on me, I couldn't catch anybody. Right?
Now or ever.
Just saying.
Oh, sorry.
And I got to think that Natalie Holloway was pretty spry. She was skinny and spry. So if you knee a guy in the balls, man, you should be able to get right on out of there.
She may have been intoxicated.
True.
18 years old on vacation in spring break.
She's probably
in Aruba.
even she's probably so intoxicated that she's even laying in the sand with this guy would be something that she normally wouldn't do.
Yeah, I was going to say that's her first mistake is
Right.
being alone on the beach with some stranger in a foreign country making out with him.
Yeah, for you girls out there that are traveling abroad, man, please travel in packs. Don't go out on the beach, and then listen, while you're making out with this guy, kind of look at your surroundings because he just picked up a concrete block that was laying around.
Well, first he kicked her in the head.
Okay. Just don't put yourself, make out poolside in the lawn chairs, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people coming and going.
A lot of alibis.
Yeah. And there's potentially a camera surveillance. There's no camera surveillance, down by the beach.
Especially in 05.
Yeah.
When she knees me in the crotch, I get up on the beach and I kick her extremely hard in the face.
Man.
Dick.
Yeah, she's laying down unconscious, possibly even.
And now, see, and here's the thing: this guy gets to get ass and have sex up to 2 hours a day, and there's 10 different sluts that are on this guy's list.
Why do I sense you're jealous of him?
I'm not jealous of him. I'm just disgusted at this guy.
He's not jealous.
I'm
He's
not jealous.
disgusted.
I'm disgusted at this guy. I'm saying
I read that wrong.
Bubba had that back in the day.
What?
As many chicks as you wanted, whenever you wanted.
Yeah, and nobody need me in the crotch, and I didn't kill anybody.
Then he'd have, Coco send him home with a prize pack.
Right. One girl flew in from Terre Haute one time.
Wow.
I think I told this story, didn't I, Lummy?
I think so.
I flew her in from Terre Haute. She was a news anchor.
Wow.
And from Terre Haute, and she'd been down here with Denzel one time before, and we'd messed around, her and I. And
all the way?
No, not all the way. But we kind of like just like kind of ass grabbing, liking each other. Well, we kept in touch. We kept in touch, She was actually a news anchor in Indianapolis. It wasn't even a Terre Haute deal. Like, she was in a bigger market in Indianapolis. Well, we had kept in touch, and she's like, listen, I have Thursday, Fridays off. Because, these news anchor, reporter. She was like a field reporter. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I got you.
And I'm like, well, listen, I was very upfront back in the day when I was, rolling hard, obnoxious, womanizer.
488.
No, I wouldn't. I was like, why are you bringing my weight
I just
into
it helps me with the timeline.
I wasn't. This was more like 305.
Oh, thick and rugged.
That was his pitbull stage.
Hello. Listen, hold on. You got Anna. Here's the stage.
Anna,
it's a 305.
Anna, you got three stages of weight in my life. Okay. You got two.
We're born.
You got 249.
Yeah.
Which was when I was really in shape, rolling around with Hogan.
Yeah.
Then you got 300.
Yeah.
Which is where I was most of the time.
Yeah.
And then you got the 488, which when I was at my fattest.
Jesus.
Okay. And this particular time, I was 300.
Okay, just like standard.
Right.
305.
Yeah. Maybe three. You know what? It could have been 305 just as much, Brian, as it could have been 295. You know what I'm saying?
305 is funnier, though.
Okay, so I'm 305. So I'm 305, living in a 6,000 square foot home. Syndicated in 15 markets, serious, making $3-4 million a year, my own plane, like just straight. I wasn't really dating anybody. I just I'd have like literally a couple chicks over my house a day, just
at the same time.
Yeah, per day.
Nice.
I'd get off the air. This is when I was doing mornings, for 98 Rock, and then 98 Rock mostly. I'd get off the air. I'd be home by 11. I have my first chick at noon, and then I'd have one at 4, and then I'd eat and go to bed.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know.
There was a noon 4 pill
news
gimmick.
anchor from Terre Haute.
Yeah. So we agree that she's going to come down on a Thursday, and she's going to take like the early morning flight from Indy. And it was already like locked into what we were going to do. We'd already like had oral. We'd already oraled. And been, we'd already been in the jacuzzi naked where she was touching my wiener. Like, we'd already.
You were fully naked?
Yeah.
Or did you have like a shirt on or something?
I was fully naked.
Okay. I'm sorry
about Don't worry about it. I know you're trying to get to my man
I'm just
boobs.
asking if you were Winnie
No, you're trying to get
Pooh.
my man. No, you're trying to get my man boobs in the deal.
I'm sorry.
He had them underwater. It was underwater.
Yeah, when I get in the jacuzzi, you can only
Those
just.
boobies weren't.
When I get
They were
when I get in the
floating to the top.
jacuzzi, I'm usually just neck up. All you can see. You can only just see me from chin on up. I'm an expert at riding the water line right there at mouth level.
There you go.
I've established that skill set.
Most fat guys got to do it.
Most
I totally
fat guys have
understand it.
established the mouth right there at the chin skill set.
Yep.
Me too, Bubba, because I have shoulder and back hair, so I got to get right in it.
I have skinny ears.
And head up,
Yeah.
When you're in the pool, head up, you look good as hell, right?
Yeah, like if you need me or want me, I can raise up the head. But if we're just having small talk, I'm staying below.
Right, exactly. So you can't fixate on my man boobs, okay?
Nope.
Yeah.
So she'd see my man boobs. I probably got more ass with any man with man boobs in the history of the free living world. So anyway, that being said,
Joe.
so she we'd already messed around.
Yeah.
So she gets in at like noon. Well, I go and pick her up at the airport. No, I'm sorry. Coco picked her up.
Nice.
And she was already waiting for me at my house.
Nude?
No, but unpacked in the master bedroom, unpacked, and she had her bathing suit on, and she was already poolside. Well, I didn't want to go into the pool at
noon.
Yeah.
Daylight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, how about come on inside, we whatever. She's like, she sets me straight, like right from that point, right there. She says, hey, listen, what we did the first time was down here was a little out of character for me. So if you think that we're just going to, have a bunch of sex and not do some cool stuff, then you're mistaken. I'm like,
what?
First of all, some bitch talking to me like this, no.
Wow.
Define cool stuff.
Well, she wanted to go jet skiing.
Yeah, she wanted to get,
meet Hogan.
I had jet skis at the time, so she wanted to get on the jet skis, and she wanted to go to the beach bar, and she wanted to go out to a fancy dinner.
She wanted to be seen.
And she wanted to live the life of being with the most famous radio person in the history of Tampa, Florida.
For 72
Wined
hours.
and dined, then 69.
Yeah, she
Nice.
probably
She's
was
a lady.
She was probably going to give me some ass that night, but I was going to have to jet ski. I was going to have to. Here's what she wanted to do. Let's go ride the jet skis, and then maybe, if you're on a jet ski, you know how they have some beach bars that you can just jet ski right up to?
Oh, yeah.
Then maybe
Beach,
we can maybe jet ski up to a little bar, have a little early dinner and some drinks, and then jet ski back, and then maybe.
Big guys look good in life jackets, though. That's a good look for big guys.
No, not really. Not really. Not
Big
really.
guy, little life jacket.
No.
Those clips are hanging on for dear life. I can only do 2 of them. That's
clips,
okay.
Those clips are screaming. They're literally the clips are screaming, and their skin pushing through the outlets. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
So I got
your little T-Rex arms are trying to do the clips.
No. So I don't necessarily look as sexy on a jet ski as I do, just in bed with the lights down low. So I say to her, I said, so hold on. We're just not gonna, just hang out and have we're not gonna. You want to do all that stuff? She's like, yeah. I didn't that stuff I didn't get to do when Denzel was down here. We didn't get a chance to do any of that. And Denzel says you have jet skis, and Denzel says that everything. And I really, honest to God, think it might have been during hockey season, and she wanted to go see a Lightning game.
Jeez.
Because I had taken Denzel to a Lightning game, and we had gotten the VIP stuff,
yeah.
And she wanted that too. I was like, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I want to F. She's like, well, we're not doing, nearly as much as that as you think we're gonna do. This is gonna be a really relaxing time for me. And I would.
What are you guys?
And so I said,
an Airbnb?
So here what I said. This is what I said to her. I swear to God, I said, you know what? Pack your stuff. And Coco was my assistant, and Coco will be taking you to the airport. And she said, no, I can remember like it was nothing. We were outside, she was literally sitting on the lawn chair, and I was standing up above her on the pavers, and I'm like, literally, pack your stuff, and Coco will be taking you to the airport. You need to figure out when the next plane to Indianapolis is, but you're out of here. And I'm taking a nap. And so then I locked all my bedroom doors. I took her luggage and put it in the living room, all of the stuff that she already had. Like, she already had her toiletries out and everything.
Was Coco on the premises, or did you have to call him over?
No, I had to call him. I said, hey, Coco. He goes, what? And I said, you need to come pick up this bitch. He goes, I just brought her there 2 hours ago. I go, I know. She's already, playing the no-ass games. So come get her. So Coco was not necessarily,
I met Coco.
Yeah, he's a
He's a
from,
tough
thick
guy.
and rugged.
He's from Maine. He's a thick and rugged dude.
He's funny, but he'll get the job done.
Oh, yeah. So he walked in. He goes, bitch, get your cleats and get to stepping. We're out of here. I can remember that line like it was nothing. Bitch.
Did she go willingly?
Bitch, get your cleats and get to stepping. And no, she was like.
Did she resist?
No, she kept pounding on my
door.
Bubba locked himself inside the room.
Yeah, she kept
me alone. You turned me down.
She kept knocking on my door. She goes, I know you're in there. And I wouldn't answer it because I had these big like Scarface double doors that went into my master suite. I was way over the top.
When did Coco yoke her up and drag her down the stairs?
So she's like, I know you're in there. Really? You're really sending me So like she thought she was all that and she was above being sent home. She's like, really? And I'm like, I would text Coco and be like, get the bitch out of here.
Make me a sandwich and I might let you stay.
No.
I was just kidding. So I just wanted a sandwich.
So Coco will make me one when you leave. So Coco grabbed her, not grabbed her, but put her in the,
escorted her out.
I think I was sponsored by Volkswagen at the time. I had a brand new Passat. I think she got her and put her in the Passat and took her back to the airport. And boy, did I get a scathing
review
email. Oh my God. Thank God, like that never got posted. I mean, she was like, saying, my wiener was small, and
no,
you're fat.
Well,
were you affected by it?
Well, I mean, clearly I was. Look at my
Did
career.
you have like 2 chicks over that same night?
Yeah, maybe.
You invited them over?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Did you and Coco ever share a woman?
No.
It was many.
Even dead, but definitely unconscious. And
No, by the way, I don't know how my sexcapades with an Indianapolis television.
Yeah, something from Vandersloot reminded you of something from your life, which is odd.
I'm probably trying to force a woman into sex.
Jason.
That's what you were doing by telling her to get out
By
of there.
threatening not to have fun with her.
I didn't kill her. I just told her to get the F out of here.
Jay's here. He's here early.
Jay's here.
Good morning.
Jay's here early.
Morning.
Morning. Man, just all avalanche. I'm way late, Lummy.
I knew you had to leave.
And I got to leave. Hold on, let me play the rest of this. How he killed her.
I see right next to her. There's a huge cinder block laying on the beach.
When you say cinder block, looking at the walls of this place, is it like those?
The exact same cinder blocks. I see a huge cinder block laying on the beach. I take this and I smash her head in with it completely.
I mean, we all talk a great game, but does anybody really have the meanness inside of you to smash a girl that refuses to make out with you's face in with the cinder block?
He's a monster. He's a monster.
Yeah, but we're letting this monster have daily conjugal visits.
We aren't doing nothing. This is Peru.
I mean, none of us have any idea what that looks like. When you smash someone's head open with a cinder block, I mean, there is brains, there is blood.
You've
there
already
is
kicked him in the
gross-
face.
I mean, it's unbelievable. Most of us would vomit right there.
Her face basically.
Yeah.
Well, he drags her into the water, so.
Collapses in.
Her face collapses in.
Even though it's dark, I can see her face is collapsed in. Afterwards, I don't exactly know what. I'm scared. I don't know what to do, and I I decide to take her and to put her into the ocean. So I grab her and I half pull and half walk with her into the ocean. I push her off. I walk up to about my knees into the ocean, and I push her off into the sea. After that, I get out. I walk home.
Yeah. And that guy is allowed just to, be in prison, get laid every day. You know what I would do is if I was if I was Natalie Holloway's dad, I would go down to Peru and find me a really hot chick.
That would kill him.
And say, hey, listen, I'll pay you $1,000 show up fee. And then once you get him in a real vicarious situation, give him the little Lorraine Bobbitt, and cut off his wiener.
That's a good one.
And here's a dude. You may think you're a pretty tough dude, but when you get your wiener cut off, I don't think you can fight.
Probably lost your sword.
Well, I mean, no, but yeah. I mean, metaphorically, you've lost your sword.
I may take you down.
Figuratively and metaphorically,
Yeah.
you're down for the count.
I mean, there's no guy. I don't care what degree black belt you think you are, how tough you are. When you get your wiener cut off, like your wiener ain't like not just nicked or hacked, but your ween is cut off.
You're not chasing anyone down.
No.
You're not running for that one.
You're not such a tough guy anymore when you're wiener. Like everything seems, and our whole life is based around our wiener. Even our toughness is based on your ween. Right? Well, I mean, mine
for
is.
most of us.
Maybe not for you.
Not everyone.
Maybe not for you, bitch boy.
Well, I don't know. I've never tapped into my toughness by talking to my wiener, looking at it at all.
I know, but
no one said we talked to her. Looked at it a lot. We just said we don't want it cut off.
Bubba goes in there every morning, gets a good pep talk from his ween.
Come on, we're going to do this
Seth,
day together.
We got this day.
Do you like? I mean, like, do you like your wiener? Do you like your wiener to be happy when he's doing things?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that any.
So, like, if right now your wiener had been cut off,
Would that make you sad?
Would you want to? I mean, would you have any other type of skill set to be able to fight?
What the hell are you talking about, Bubba?
You're done.
No, you can't. You're done.
You're done.
You're just completely locked up.
That's better than a nut shot, like you said before.
Yeah, I mean, if you cut,
Vandersloot wouldn't have done anything if she Lorena Bobbitt him.
Wait, so you're saying like if I get my wiener cut off in the heat of battle? Or are we talking like I get my wiener cut off, then 6 years later I'm fighting, but I can't fight because I have no power?
In the heat of battle.
In the heat of battle,
you can recover from getting your wiener cut off and go to wiener rehab where they teach you how to still be, a man because you ain't got a wiener.
Be like a neutered dog.
Think about this, man. How much of a bitch do you feel like if, let's say you did have a wiener accident and you didn't have a wiener anymore? I mean, wouldn't that really disturb you mentally?
No, they called them eunuchs.
Call
they did
in
it in the medieval times.
81390 Bubba. If you've lost your wiener, we want to talk to you.
Because they have customizable wieners, and I would order one.
A black one?
No,
so you
just
go
one
from,
much bigger.
So you go from having a regular ween where that's wired and nerved and plumbed with naturally through your body to having just a black strap on. That would be your ween.
I mean, if that's how we're gonna reduce it down to that, yeah, that's what I want to have. How did we get here?
How do you even live without your wiener?
I don't know, Bubba. I haven't asked these questions to myself a lot, but I'm just saying that I think that I could still live a life without my wiener.
I could too. Not a really, really pleasurable one.
Nope.
Because you can't even masturbate.
You can still eat with a wiener, without a wiener,
you can
Bubba.
still make out, man.
Most men don't even need a woman.
Make out.
You can make out and try hump.
Yeah, but
what are you gonna rub on her?
How are you going to? How are you going
to love like
Hold on.
Has his testicles.
The ultimate payoff is an ejaculation. You can't ejaculate.
I know, but I've done dry humping without going all the way before, and I think that I could do it again.
And that's satisfying. If all you could do was dry hump,
why are you
never had a payoff?
Why are you trying to get me so hard not to have my penis cut off, Bubba? Like, let me just live without one and just see how it goes.
No. Well, go ahead.
Thank you.
Who in the hell would want to live without your wiener?
Let me
my
be
wiener
me.
is everything. The ability to have an orgasm.
I'm just letting you know. I don't think that's where all my power comes from.
Where do you think your power comes from?
I don't think I have any power.
That's the problem.
Correct.
You do. It's in you.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
Oh, man.
What's up, Jay?
How are you?
I'm well, and you?
I'm great. I had a great weekend. Yes. I went to the game Friday night. How was the game yesterday, Bubba?
I had to get my tickets to Lummy.
Oh, okay.
The spring training?
Yeah. Turned out to be a beautiful day, though, so I figured if you were gone.
How nice was it?
Yeah, it was supposed to rain, and then it didn't
And
rain.
I woke up at 7 o'clock to just absolutely pour, and then
What's up, Rumble? I'm rumbling right now.
forgot that I had Gooch coming in town.
YouTube's kind of sucked today.
Probably would have liked. The Yankees game doesn't suck, right?
I don't know. Gooch is a big baseball guy.
He said he'd never been to one.
Are you
How
a
long are you in
sports
town?
guy?
What's up, Permaground?
Just today and tomorrow.
Today and tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, I like sports.
Other than racing?
Yeah.
Bubba, it's one of those things any sports guy like that see.
Well, it's a neat
It's
experience.
an experience, yeah. The only thing I really could live without at all is basketball.
Me too.
Not a fan.
Not a big fan. Me too. I don't like it. I mean, I'm not even
What's
into
up,
college
Will Wilbur?
basketball. You?
What's
Like,
up,
March Madness
Lasker?
is nothing to me.
Berto?
I got a 15-year-old son who's 6'4".
What up, Yoko? Let's do it, man.
Completely away from any basketball.
Really? Just because you're like, man, it's so boring.
He's got a
I don't wanna
16-year-old son that's
play.
going to be 7 foot.
I know, and he's like, don't do that.
He's
What's
got a
up,
16-year-old
Felix?
son that's going to be 7 foot.
That's incredible.
What's up, Sicilian?
Does he play any sports, your son?
He plays hockey.
Oh.
And track.
Wow.
Runs track.
It's good to be big.
Runs
like that.
track?
Hockey too, though.
Yeah, he runs the 4x100 and the 100.
100, and he throws discus, and they're trying to teach
He's a
him.
sprinter and a thrower?
Yeah.
They're
That's
trying to
crazy.
teach him high jump, but
He
so
hates
far
it.
it's-
No, Big E, I want to watch it today. I need to
Yeah.
find. I need to find somewhere boozy
Probably
to watch
He,
it.
he tried to high jump his first match, and he scratched all 3 times. He told his daddy he hated
Oh
it.
no, I see your stuff, Snook.
Makes you
I see
appreciate
the all cap stuff.
how athletic Caitlyn Jennings was.
What's up? What's up, Dark Match?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Bruce Jenner was incredible back then. When you mean the
Greatest
most
athlete in the
athletic,
world,
the most athletic person in the world.
And now he's a bitch.
Yeah, and he's the most athletic female in the world with a penis.
Oh, and he's the first one to say
Over
that
70.
girls shouldn't compete against boys.
He does. He says, "I'll kill any woman on the golf course." He actually says that.
Yeah.
He's still got more sense than the people that run this country.
Well, he's intellectually honest. He's just a
She.
she. I can misgender. My fond memories are of Bruce.
Yeah.
I grew up with the Wheaties box.
That's pretty absolutely.
When did he win? In 76?
76, exactly.
Was it me?
Yeah.
Nick?
And that's like when there was 3 stations, and so when the Olympics came on, it was a big deal. With my mom, like, we watched opening ceremonies.
Wow.
I watched the 80s hockey team beat Russia when
I
Russia
didn't think
had
about the
pro
combine. I
players,
just
and we
figured
truly
that
had
was,
just
the more I read
amateurs.
about it,
There
those
was till about
patch cards,
2000,
even
we
if they're
had
not
no
numbered, are
professionals.
still
And then
the
Mark
bigger.
said,
really good
you're
shape,
allowed to have
though. I
12.
mean,
He
there was,
said, okay, well,
like,
the
those were
dream
sharp
team.
corners.
No, look, no,
So you
and
had
usually
the
they're not.
NBA,
Usually the bigger cards are
Michael
softer.
Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. Well, Larry Bird wasn't there, but it was Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson.
By the way, found a
John
box
Barkley,
online for
most incredible
$270.
Stacked
Oh, that's
team.
not
They beat
bad.
everybody
No.
like 120
That hockey
60.
game, what was that called? It
The Miracle on Ice. The
And that
Miracle
was
on Ice.
80?
1980. And I watched it live with my mom and my
was,
brother.
or was it 80?
In 1980, I'll never forget it. Yeah, 1980, 100%.
Against Russia.
Against
Right,
Russia.
but it was, would have that have been a
I was 10.
summer?
No, it's Winter Olympics. It's hockey.
Right, but I'm saying like wasn't 76 a summer Olympics?
Yeah, they did it. They didn't do it every 2 years. Back then, they did both in the same year, and they did them every 4. And then the IOC
They didn't
decided we
stagger
could actually make more money by doing it every 2
Staggering it,
years.
yeah, okay.
So yeah, we used to have. It was really a big event. Every 4 years, the whole world would come look at this shit. It's pretty
Damn.
awesome. Now, not so much.
Yeah, and yeah, well now you got men's and the women's and women's and the men's.
Yeah.
Do they though in the Olympics?
They haven't
There
really
was a New
articulated the
Zealander-
rules as clearly as they need to. We'll find out this time.
There was a New Zealander weightlifter, trans woman, who was just murdering.
Well, 20 years ago, we have a family member that's intersex. And 20 years ago, there was a
Which is different
runner.
than trans.
I know that. I understand that.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
actually can have a decision, but they create testosterone more than women do. And so this person was from, I forget what African country she was from. And she was really, really fast, like smoked all the other women. And they tested her testosterone. They found out that she was an intersex, and they stripped her of all her medals back then.
Well,
And
what
like,
did
it
the-
was
what
like
did the
maybe
chromosomes
2000
say?
or something, huh?
What do the chromosomes say?
The chromosomes are XYX. Yeah, it's both, all 3.
Oh, like climate.
You have all 3.
Yeah,
The people,
XXY.
the experience I know, the personal experience I know,
Yeah.
they had internal gonads.
Both?
Internal
Oh,
gonads
oh.
and an external vagina with a cul-de-sac. There was no uterus. So it was a vagina to nowhere. With internal gonads that had never developed.
Yeah.
Vagina to nowhere. That's Anna's.
A vagina to
My
nowhere.
memoir?
That's her online name.
Vagina
That's
to
her
nowhere.
chat name.
The
Vagina
Anna
to
Hummel
nowhere.
story.
So intersex.
Intersex. That's
Is
both.
As far as I'm concerned,
born with both.
I think if you have a Y, even if you have a double X, you are more male.
Yeah, but and I think it depends on how you develop. Some people have a little bit of both,
Sure.
external genitalia. So this was a time where you didn't include the child. The family made a decision,
Yeah.
and they're like, okay, they look more female than whatever. Let's let them live this way.
Yeah.
But it was
XX
before
Y.
anything. I mean, they were on Oprah
I thought that was
20 years ago.
Brian.
Yeah.
I had to buy it now for the quorum at 100. So.
But is that off now?
Yeah. You want the plus like.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
After the show, make sure to check out BubbaArmyHQ.com. It's all things Bubba 24/7. And now back to the BRN.
Everybody here, pretty much for the most part, enjoys Super Beat Heart Chews. And I think, quite frankly, we need to probably get a hold of our rep and maybe put a new order in, because I think we've been out for a while.
Yes, we have.
Super Beat Heart Chews are the #1 doctor, pharmacist, and cardiologist recommended way to support healthy blood pressure. They even promote heart-healthy energy without the stimulants. Paired with a healthy lifestyle, the antioxidants in Super Beats are clinically shown to be nearly 2 times more effective at promoting normal blood pressure than a healthy lifestyle in itself. 40,000 5-star reviews in counting. Super Beat Heart Chews support heart-healthy circulation so that you not only get blood pressure support, but you also get productive, heart-healthy energy without the crash. Support your heart health now with Super Beat Heart Chews. Get a free month supply of Super Beat Heart Chews on all bundles any type of way that you order, and you're going to get a free full-size bag of
turmeric.
Those chews are valued at $25 with your order, and it all starts by going to BubbaLovesBeats.com. Again, get this exclusive offer only at BubbaLovesBeats.com. Appreciate you, and let me appreciate them being such a great global sponsor.
Just renewed.
Thank you, BubbaLovesBeats.com. I think Trump. I got a Hunter Biden story. I got a Trump story. We got Brian in here who tends to lean a little bit more, a little bit more liberal,
non-Trumpy.
We got Jay in here who is Trumpy.
We also got that Six Flags video if we were still going to cover it.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, it's on our YouTube. It's clean.
Okay, cool. Can you send it to me?
Yep.
Via an IM, which is like 4 less clicks.
No problem.
Than me have to do. So I think somebody's kind of gotten a hold of Trump. And have you noticed that Trump's kind of like
more measured?
He's calming down a little bit.
Yep.
And I think that the one thing, and Brian, you can help me here, but one of the things that I think the left and the Democrats need to really shove up the GOP's ass is abortion. They're all over.
That's all they got.
The GOP is all over the road with regards to abortion, from some states that say you can't have it under any circumstances, 0, to some states having it, 21, 22. And Trump hasn't really got into it too much, which I think is kind of smart to stay away from it. But I think inevitably you have to address it one time or another. And Trump says, I'm hearing about 15 weeks, but I haven't decided yet.
He's leaving it up to the states.
What's that?
Thought his stance was just leave it up to the states. It's the state issue.
But you still have to articulate something, or they're going to smoke you.
And he doesn't want to have this be a ballot issue in battleground states. It's a loser for Republicans, and it's because abortion bans are not what the general public want.
No, even states that are heavily red have taken to referendum, and the states gotten their ass kicked. Have they not?
It's trickled down ballot, which is his fear, because right now, Biden's numbers suggest he has no chance of winning. Biden. But if you start
real, no chance.
Well, if you look historically at presidential approval ratings, Biden is at historic lows. And so you don't gain votes in your incumbent year as a president. You lose votes because people grow tired of you. Even the most popular presidents don't.
Even rapping Ronnie Reagan,
they're hoping there's a ceasefire in Israel, that something happens on the border that tightens it up, that the economy gets a little better, and people have short memories.
Yeah, but man,
and it's just not going to happen.
That's a lot to Republicans want to push the abortion issue in these states.
But the Republicans don't. And what's happening, there's an artificial argument right now, Bubba, that there can be some sort of a national ban. And what Anna said is absolutely correct. Trump's position is it's a state-by-state issue. The problem is some of the states have gotten a little crazy, like us. We're at 6 weeks. I'm against that.
Me
I
too.
think it should be 15 weeks. I kind of agree with Trump. But I believe it's a state-by-state issue. And so what he should say is what Nikki Haley said is the chances of this being a national referendum is 0. It takes 60 senators. That's never happening. It's a non-starting conversation. Let's talk about what's reasonable generally. And so why this is smart of him is last week a court in, where was it, Alabama, Brian, where they did IVF?
Yeah,
and
ridiculous.
They said they consider that to be a life now.
Now, hold on. Meaning that life starts at an embryo.
At an artificially inseminated embryo.
Like a test tube.
Outside of the womb.
Outside of the womb. And so now there's this big
So you can't
thing
even take that and throw it against the wall?
They're trying to say now to all Republicans believe in that. I don't believe in that.
Why is your first instinct to throw it against the wall?
Vandersloot.
I'm just saying, man. I mean, like if you're a guy and you're having a test tube baby and you and your girlfriend get in an argument, you should be able to call the lab up and say, hey, take my sample and throw it against the wall.
Well, the labs are afraid now because they're considering it a life. And so they had like 6 of these labs in that state. Now there's only like 3 working. It's craziness. I'm a Republican. I'm really conservative.
You should be able to kill your lab baby.
That's absolutely
until they
insane.
stick it into girl.
And so what they're trying to do is say, oh, do you believe that, they used to say life begins at conception. Okay, let's all be intellectually intelligent about it. It's impossible to do it before 15 weeks. Anything below that is really oppressive and against
You're
the woman.
just a little peanut.
My wife
I
didn't
think
know
once
when
it's
we were
size-
trying until 7 weeks
I
because
think-
she's so thin.
I think they need to like say once it's bigger than an apple, you know,
15
something like
weeks
that.
is good because you have multiple tests. It's still within the first trimester. You want to try to get it within the second trimester. That's humane. If you get past the third trimester, if you look at pro-life and pro-choice people, 80% or higher will say that anything in the third trimester is a little bit off.
Right.
Well, unless the mother or the baby
Life
will
of
die.
mother,
Right.
incest, rape, of course. I
right.
agree with you.
There's some
This is what Brian and I agree probably on all of it.
Right.
Yeah, no. I mean, there's no reason at all ever for an abortion to be, optional, like
Right.
not past viability. I mean, no, you had your chance. Whatever, you waited too long.
And it should be a woman's choice. Here we are, 3 guys talking about it. The reality is it should be a state-by-state choice. It should be a woman's choice, and Trump is smart to stay out of it.
He just needs to go. I'm just, okay, as far as abortion, like 15, 16 weeks. But I'm worried about the 3 million people coming into our country this year, this week, today. And that's what I'm most worried about. The economy's in the crapper. Inflation's at an all-time high. I mean, listen, Brian, I'm saying this pro-Democrat, they need to really switch gears if they're going to have a chance. There's probably some people they can put in there. They've probably done some studies about people that stack up better against Trump than what they currently got, and they got to pull the trigger on this soon, don't they?
I don't think they have a candidate that will stack up worse against
No one's
going to
do very well right
honestly. Now. I think Gavin Newsom could do okay against Trump.
Trump had the new nickname for him. Did you hear it yet?
No, what was it?
Gavin Newscum.
Yeah.
Is that what he called him?
Scum. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Donald
It's pretty
Trump
good. Come on.
Yeah, pretty good if you're in 7th grade.
Yeah, but it's gonna catch on just like little Marco.
I mean,
and low energy jab.
You don't have to agree with Newsom's politics or policies, but he is a
better
polished,
candidate. He's a better
polished,
candidate.
articulate, intelligent individual.
He looks like the Antichrist when he speaks. He's so smooth.
He reminds me of American Psycho.
Exactly.
No, but listen. Whether you agree on what's happened in California and the good and the bad of California, and obviously he's the governor of California. He comes across better than Sleepy Joe.
Well, a lot of the bad in California is on the local level. I mean, San Francisco is just run like
that was his thing. That was his city. You're right. They're right.
Yeah.
It was run locally terrible by him.
Well, I
he's
mean,
been governor for a hot minute.
I know.
Yeah, but he said he's going to eradicate homelessness in 12 years ago. It was 15 years ago when he was mayor. He's done nothing he's promised. He just said this weekend when he stood at the border for a photo op that now he's going to allow illegals to get housing on top of it all for everyone except for citizens and the homeless.
And he shut down the entire state during COVID, and he himself went out without a mask in a closed
He's a loathsome human
restaurant,
being.
French Laundry.
I'm just saying this. I'm not trying to go on one side or the other, but I'm telling you, the Democrats have a better person in him than what they. I'm not saying that he's.
I don't know who it is
my
either,
candidate.
though, Bubba.
I'm not saying that he's my candidate. I'm not saying that he needs to be yours. I'm just saying
He's a conscious being,
Who could
so
it
I
be,
guess
Brian, though, if it's not Newsom?
I mean, Michelle Obama.
That's the only person.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't do it. She's enjoying
don't
her
know
life.
that.
I mean,
She said many times she wouldn't.
I don't know why she would. They've got that
Oprah?
Netflix deal. They're making millions.
Same
Why
reason.
would Trump do it?
Oprah would
To
go
these
from
people have
Trump to being
aspirations.
Trump. I mean, Trump was loved like Oprah.
Now, could they flip Nikki Haley?
I mean, she
I
did.
heard
She
that.
did just win a primary.
Did
Yeah,
she?
yeah, the district-
Washington D.C.
Hold on. Yeah, she won District
That's
of
like
Columbia.
Pinellas County.
She
Yeah,
ran.
no S.
She won District of Columbia, the Republican. I don't even know
Which
that
is an
Trump,
open primary.
and I don't even know that Trump's on the ballot there. They may have that might be part of that
Probably not.
resurrection January 6th deal that you can't be on the ballot there. So Brian, like what are they? I mean, what happened? What do the Democrats do?
I don't know. We'll see. A lot can happen between now and October.
Is there anybody else you like that's on the bench?
Yeah, no, hold on.
No, that's the Democrats' problem. Is they had 4 years to cultivate a candidate, and they failed to do so.
Who's on the
But
bench?
what about you personally?
Nobody's on the bench.
Like,
for the
what about you
Democrats right now.
personally, though? Like, who? What would What about?
I don't
you
like any of them. They're all scumbags. They're no on both sides. I don't like any of them. They're all loathsome human beings on all sides of it. I like Katie Porter. But she's a Katie Porter. She's a House of Rep out of California. She was a school teacher. I like her.
Do you like the Trump Tulsi Gabbard ticket?
That's a good ticket.
I mean, vice president doesn't matter.
But you don't like the idea of bringing in a former Democrat and an independent?
Hold on.
Do you not think that's good?
But it's irrelevant to the.
But it kind of vice president matters. Look what you got. I mean, look what we're stuck with.
It matters right now.
Vice president can cost you an election as a president. See Sarah Palin, but it won't win you an election.
Yeah, but here's the deal: if you had a competent vice president right now, one that was a little bit like you could that would be the candidate. Right?
I mean, Reagan Bush won. They did almost like a Nikki Haley thing. They went at each other in the primaries very aggressively. George H.W. Bush and Ronald Reagan did not get along, and he went ahead and he brought him in for party unity, and they ended up winning.
Read my lips. I said no new taxes.
They did not like each other at all.
Yeah. No, they don't need to like each other. I mean, historically, vice presidents and presidents have not got along very well.
I don't think Kamala and Joe.
No, they were going at each other. She was accusing him of redlining. Yeah,
because they're all narcissistic egomaniacs. And
I mean, even we are that. So I mean, God, what do you expect?
Yeah, but I'm not saying you should be president.
I think so.
I'd be the best president ever.
Oh yeah.
I'm the president, and here's my ruling: you should be able to smoke a joint with your handgun, going to the abortion clinic with your girlfriend.
The border's closed.
Yeah, and the border's closed
with low gas prices.
And girls compete in girl sports, and boys compete in boy sports. That's it. That's all the ruling I need. Hello.
Hey, Bubba, Fish on Jay.
Hey, Fish on the J. This is second call today.
You told him to call back.
Oh, sorry.
He's the one that asked about your Kinzer shirt earlier.
Oh yeah, the king. Only one guy in this whole room would even appreciate the how.
Oh, Steve Kinzer, man. I thought
don't jump. Gooch.
When he went to NASCAR in the 90s, I thought it was the next best thing.
He didn't go to the NASCAR in the 90s. He ran some IROC races.
He did NASCAR 94, 95.
That's what Wikipedia says.
Okay, well,
fine.
Snap. He didn't
do
anything in NASCAR. Hello. So, Fish in the J, were I asking you to give me like signal reference points, how far you've traveled and how far 103.1's coming in?
Yes, sir. So the signal cuts off at 103 on a turnpike heading north, right where turnpike hits the exit to Inverness, to 44.
Oh, so we make it clear to 44?
Wow.
Just about to 44. Right when you get off in that exit off the turnpike that takes you over to 44, that's when the signal go ahead and it's gone.
That is
awesome. The same thing goes for 104.1 and 101.1. WJR, all signals cut off right there.
Yeah, all Orlando signals cut off about right there. So we're on par with our competition. So I don't even want to hear it.
Thank you for
sharing. I think it's awesome that it went all the way up toward that way.
Whipping out that big antenna penis of ours. Hell yeah.
How far is Inverness from OCALA?
Far.
Is it another 100 miles?
No, Inverness?
It's not that
from
far.
OCALA.
Inverness to OCALA is about maybe 25, 30 miles.
Okay, that's
something like that. So, all right, hey, appreciate you, Fish on the J.
So that's not far from the Bubba Raceway Parkway, is it?
No, I got Bubba Raceway Park / OCALA Speedway covered.
And then they can just flip over to 101.1 and hear us there.
Yeah, then 101.1. Seth, are you okay?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Dude, you know I don't talk politics.
Oh, okay. Thought maybe you had something going on. I know you want to get into baseball cards next.
No. Well, you the whole show's talking about it, Bubba.
Hold on. The whole world's talking about it. Seth, the whole world is talking about politics.
Okay.
I mean, would you not agree?
Yeah, but that doesn't. I mean, that it doesn't.
So we need, and we're not like taking one way or the other. I'm saying like, hey,
what are you talking about? One way or this is
Seth is following.
What?
No, I'm just saying, like, Seth is just being cool, just listening, and Bubba's going in on him. It's just funny.
I'm looking at him, and he's just sitting here. He looks uncomfortable. I want him to be
He's always uncomfortable.
That's true. I'm sorry for picking on you, Seth.
No, it's okay. You can hurt me and pick on me all you'd like, sir.
Okay, buddy. I wasn't trying to single you out and make you feel bad, bud.
No,
we know that politics, no. Cards, yes, for you as far as you know.
I have a little bit more depth than just cards, but
but you should check out real quick. Check out the Blake Corum jersey patch card that we're selling on eBay. Nice pull, Kush.
I thought I pulled that.
No, you did not. Dave and Adams pulled that for us.
Are we pulling? Are we breaking this week or not?
Yeah. Well, if we can sell the rest of the spots in our big break that we're doing.
How does a person get a spot in our break?
Seth?
I think we should promote it this week and do it next week.
Okay, well,
I think we should promote it on the video.
You don't. We have we're we're open right now on the network.
Thousands of new listeners in Orlando that don't even know that Bubba does card breaks.
We don't even that I've been relegated on down to card breaks, and I don't even know what card breaks are. They just ask me to sit there for my brand and my likeness.
Okay, well, essentially what we're going to be doing is we're going to have a box of expensive cards that Brian got, Phoenix football, and then you're each going to do a division. So
now is Brian a little flipped out that he's going to get left spending $2.99 and we don't have no good cards?
I'll recover financially from this, and the cards in it probably would be okay.
Yeah, I mean, anything somebody doesn't buy, we'll just take the cards and end up selling them. So what we're going to do is we're going to sell 8 divisions. Is going to be random, so you'd buy a spot. I think it's going to be like $70 a spot, and then we'll randomize the divisions on the day that we do it, hopefully Wednesday, and then somebody will get the AFC South, somebody will get the NFC North, and then all those cards we pull of those teams you get. So instead of somebody getting in a break and just picking one team, you have 4 teams to have a better shot at getting something strong.
Do you know how many iHeart executives are fist pumping right now, saying, hell yeah, we don't have anything to worry about?
Talking about trading cards.
I was listening to Bubba's show, and it was going super good. They got into abortion. They got into politics, but they're doing trading cards.
We got range.
We're going to be okay.
You got to appeal to everybody there, Steve Kinzer.
If you want to deep dive into the Bubba the Love Sponge show from the past, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
We'll be back after these words.
The table joke about somebody being able to do a cheaper form.
The table does look nice.
No, it looks great. The table looks great.
Stretch it out.
The table looks awesome. We did our first little video from up there last Thursday.
What's up, Mitch? I'm Mark, Organic Gene. Good morning.
You going to the game Tuesday night? Yeah?
Are you?
No. I got this week's crazy, and then we have spring break next week, so.
Hey, Bubba, you have any hookups with the Sunbelt people in Gainesville?
Oh, of course.
Totally intentional.
I may need some help.
Miguel Miguel had to be a little bit.
The trailer had a hydraulic issue. Evidently, they have a really good hydraulic man that works at the Sunbelt
because he was going down the court, and then he took a step back.
And what's wrong with the trailer hydraulic?
Hydraulics work the slide outs and the landing gear, and it's
it would have been an interesting call.
Oh,
they gave him the
it's brand new, and they gotta try and figure out what's wrong with it.
And it should be.
So the hydraulics on the slide out on the merch trailer.
But I think
on a
we're
hospitality
at the stage
trailer.
now.
On a hospitality trailer.
The American Conference refs have been.
Evidently, it's all one system.
Needs to start
Have you been out to check it this morning already?
Their only other
No, this
conference
is
is
their
only their shot
sitting
at getting
games.
a team into the tournament.
He wanted me to show up. I said, no, I'm on vacation.
Your guy.
Yeah, the guy that drives it, his responsibility. He's sitting in Gainesville now trying to figure it out.
Oh, yeah, it could be that. Lenardi
Shit.
has USF as 11.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, he does, and they're actually starting to say if they can win out through the regular season, they may be an at-larger.
Which that would put it at 12, pretty much, or 10, right?
11, the playing game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
The first 4. It's usually 11. Sometimes they do get to 12, depending on how many at-larges there are. We want no upsets in the conference tournament. 0 upsets.
I think as long as they win their first game.
Yeah, they got to make it at minimum to the semi. I really think they got to make it to the finals, quite honestly. But
I think they'll be okay with the semi.
But if a team not FAU wins the American, I don't know, the Americans can get 3. FAU might be out then at that point.
Yeah, I think for some reason, because FAU had a lot of big wins there.
Yeah, they beat Arizona and Illinois.
Yeah. I think they get in just from that and the record. I mean, because Memphis beat a couple big schools too early on.
Yeah, no, Memphis's wins are not as good looking as they were because it was like Ole Miss, Arkansas, Texas A&M. But yeah, the teams that they beat ended up not being as good as they were at that time. Like when you look at Memphis's schedule.
Listen, they were down 18 yesterday. I jumped on that like
They
that.
were, and then they ended up winning by 20.
Yeah. It was halftime. They were down.
Yeah, the
18.
in-game betting is great. That's where you make your money.
I saw it. I jumped on it.
Yeah, I didn't
took
see
them
it.
They were only at 8.5.
So they beat Michigan, Arkansas. They lost to Villanova and Ole Miss. Beat Texas A&M, Clemson, and Virginia. But none of those wins are that impressive.
Michigan was the school I was thinking of.
Yeah.
They're not impressive this year.
No.
I'm texting my guy, Gooch. I'll let him know if he gets back to me.
Thank you.
I'll be worried about Memphis if they go down to FAU and beat them this week. That's when I'm like, oh shit, we're not beating them in the conference tournament.
Because they lost like 8 to 10 to FAU, or was it?
No, they beat them by 2
Okay.
at home. It was close.
I thought USF was going to win in Charlotte.
Yeah.
They dominated them.
Yeah, they took control of that game right before halftime and never looked back.
Fucking douchebags. They switch now. Now they're hot in the first, and it's like they fucking bet.
You can't bet it. Although you could have bet it. I bet it pregame.
That's what I'm saying. I do pregame too.
Yeah, but I mean, you got a plus 180 if you waited till right before the game started. What?
Money line?
Yeah.
First half. I was on the
No, the
first
money
half,
line.
right?
No.
Oh, yeah, I
The
did that.
game
I
money
did that.
line
I
plus
did that.
180. That's great money.
Yeah, I did that.
For
and
I mean,
and I took the points.
yeah.
I was talking about the first and second half because they always started slow in the first.
And you got your money from the conference championship.
Hasn't come in yet,
What, they could get disqualified? I mean, what are they waiting for?
I was like, keep looking at it. I'm like, what?
And they won it.
The rep said they wait till the end of the year. I'm like, what did they get?
Like the end of March Madness?
No, the end of like the
Regular season? Yeah, I mean, I get it, but that's stupid.
Yeah, no kidding. There's no way that they're not. They're going to take it away from them.
So what we want at this point is for Memphis to win out, I guess, and get a 2 or 3 seed. We need them to jump Charlotte. Because we don't want to play them in the semis.
Hey, Lummy, we need to get a hold of
or dream is
Anna.
Whoa.
We need to get a hold of Florentine.
All right, on it.
USF.
Because he'll go on.
Charlotte.
Yep.
He's my buddy.
Just have
Yep.
Charlotte in the semis and then
I'll
get
contact
one
him
of
after the show.
FAU or Memphis, not have to play both of them. And that could still happen if Memphis wins and Charlotte loses. Charlotte's got Bryce and East Carolina. Never mind. That's why Pryor was trying to break that guy's face. It cost him the Rice game.
He's a big guy, too.
We just got to schedule better next year. Apparently in the NCAA, it's better to lose to a top 25 team than it is to beat a team ranked 75th. The net is the biggest joke ever.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Missed part of the show? We got you covered at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Now back to Bubba Live Worldwide.
So let me, I got like 15 minutes, then I gotta get out of here. Literally, I'm jumping in my smart car.
Smart car?
Merch Crick has, my gun bag, my wallet, the shirt that I'm changing
Snacks.
into, an iPhone charger, my gun, and I guess we're all traveling in a Suburban. I hope I can just sit in the back and relax and I don't have to drive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because Merch Crick's not driving, right?
No, Merch Crick's not even here.
Oh, okay.
This is a dude's trip.
Gotcha.
This is me.
Boys only.
Tom Bean. I really can't tell you everybody that's going because it'll give away what I'm doing. So just me and Tom Bean and let me see, three or four others.
Damn.
Traveling to Fort Lauderdale. That's all I can really tell you. I should be back. I think I should be back by 5 or 6. I think. What is it? 4 hours down there? I think it's 3.5, 4 hours down there.
3.5 hours.
Yeah, 3.5.
And now is this the woman that the New York Attorney General. She's the one that's going after Trump too. Not that I have a problem with any of that.
correct.
But this is the same woman.
Yes.
All right. She's now going after the largest producer of cattle, trying to get him in trouble for cow farts.
Right. But New York is business friendly.
New York, the New York Attorney General, Letitia James is suing JBS USA, the world's largest producer of beef, over the company's omission of and for greenwashing by allegedly misleading the public about its environmental impact. They're basically doing it. This is basically about
political
cow farts.
I think they're burps, but
and it's a political thing again.
But hold
the
on.
Attorney General is singling out a business that is anti-green, the new Green Deal, because they say that cows burp and fart and project too much CO2, methane gas.
Okay, but
and therefore, it's been misrepresentation and fraud, just like Trump.
Well, what they're saying is that JBS, the company, claimed that by 2040 they will have zero greenhouse gas emissions.
Okay, well, we're not.
Zero.
I mean, you can't.
Why do you think they claim that, Brian?
Hold on.
Because someone made them.
Hold on.
You think a cow producer would ever try to claim zero methane if there was some stupid law?
No, but they're being sued for false advertising.
It's not false until it's 2040.
Right. It's just BS.
No,
just
that's
like
what I'm
everyone
saying.
said after the Trump verdict. And this is not a Trump thing. This is a business thing. When you have an attorney general single out a business,
I just want to know
for no reason
how. I mean, do you want beef?
Right.
Do you want beef? If Americans say no,
it's not going after the chicken farms.
We don't want beef.
Oh, sorry.
Because the only way we can comply with our cows not farting or burping is not to have any more cows. Or are they supposed to put them in an inside barn and then filter out the air? How do you what's the old Brian? You help me understand what the alternative to this is.
Cow ranching and cow farming is not my strong suit.
I know it's not, but what
plant-based alternatives?
Plant more effing trees because CO2 is not a poison.
Right.
I don't know, but Letitia James got beef with them.
Oh no. Don't do that. I want to say you're better than that, but I'm not quite sure anymore.
Oh my God. I think if Seth, is that 5? Is that 5?
5.
Yeah, 5
in one day.
5.
But that was the best one so far.
It was the.
I mean, it was a cute dad
It was
joke.
the cheesiest of dickness.
Yeah.
Yes. Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, Bubba, this is Zach from the racetrack.
Hi, Zach, my tow truck guy. How you doing?
I'm pretty good. I just want to let you know that I was up at the Martin. That's where the cutoff was here in OCALA.
Now, are you talking about 103.1 or are you talking about the 101.1?
101.1.
101.1, and where were you when it fuzzed out?
I was at the Martin, right north of the racetrack there.
The Martin. I don't
Martin
know.
Mart.
The Martin. Oh.
The gas station right there at the track.
Yeah, where I always go down and get diesel for my truck.
There you go.
That's where it cut out, right there?
Yes, sir.
Right. Do you know how far south it goes?
No, I haven't been there yet.
All right, well, when you do, let me know, Zach.
I will.
Good talking to you.
Why did Zach call me again?
In an hour.
Zach,
what the hell,
No, hold on.
Zach?
Actually, Zach he's a tow truck driver for my racetrack. He drives a wrecker.
Did he help you flip the water truck after you flipped it?
No, he didn't help me flip it.
I mean, flip it back.
No.
Right it.
No, he didn't. That was David Markham and One-Eyed Billy, when Drunk Dave and Weed Whipper Greg.
Everyone's got the best nicknames up there. I love it.
We got the roster.
One-Eyed Willie and Weed Eater.
The roster. The roster at Bubba Raceway Park is Drunk Dave, Weed Whipper Greg, One-Eyed Billy, and there's a couple others I don't know.
Jeff.
Hello. And Jeff.
Yeah, I threw in the towel on that one.
And Jeff. Hello.
Hey, what's up? It's Mr. Mark.
What's up, Mushroom? Better known as Mushroom Mitch. Always on mushrooms, slinging them all the time. What's going on?
Just wanted to give you a little signal check-in. I got you all the way down on I-4, just a little bit past exit 10.
Well, where's that at, Mitch? I don't know where exit
10, Bubba.
Mango, Sefner.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Oh, okay. So from like
Seffner.
A little further to Lakeland, too.
So like Seffner, from like Seffner to Daytona Beach.
Nice.
East and west, north to Highway 44.
Yep.
And I think we said south. Was there a guy from Arcadia called?
No, Sebring.
Sebring.
They love you in Methner, Bubba.
Nice. Sebring to Wildwood. To Daytona to Seffner. That's pretty strong.
Yes.
If I was WTKS, I wouldn't be worried about me, but I'd worry about Long Don Miller coming up next. African American man with a 15-inch penis. Is what I've been told. That says that drops the N-word. That's after me. Screw Shannon Burke and Bubba the Love Sponge. Don Miller's my man. All right, man. Appreciate you, Mushroom Mitch.
Yes, sir. Love you guys.
Love you. Thank you. So, I mean, like, does this legitimate? Can she really do this? Can she really take a major beef producing business and start laying the wood to them and putting them through the legal, the legal challenges based on their? And how do you measure? How do you measure
damages?
No. How do you measure? Do they have like a machine that they can put out there, in the pasture, and it says, well,
measure smells.
Can they measure it?
Measure gas. This is what one of the big criticisms, and I don't want to trigger Seth because I'm not trying to be political, but one of the big criticisms about the verdict last week with Trump
think Seth's into cow farts, to be honest with you.
It could be. We all are a little bit. Is that when she did such a big thing against Trump and she waged such a big war against a businessman for really what seemed to be a political reason, everyone was like, well, this sends a bad message because what's going to happen when a future DA or this DA chooses to single out somebody else for a political reason? And so that's exactly what's happened less than a week and a half later. Letitia James has now taken the power of the government to try to sue civilly a private company for violating what she considers to be political standards. And so, yeah, there's this law that makes zero neutral, net carbon. I mean, for a cow company, like you said, how do you do that?
You have to offset it.
And so, yeah, by buying credits, and it's just another BS political
Couldn't they
system.
buy some land beside the ranch and plant some trees?
But it's
Melissa
a
Carpenter,
victimless
$100 cash up.
It's a
Sam Kidd,
victimless
25
crime.
cash up.
She drops Huns.
She does.
I mean, is that what you do as a cow beef manufacturing place? Is that you try to you got to buy these carbon?
Yeah, or you move to Florida.
Well, their main all their cows are in Brazil, so
They're regulating cows that are not even in the state of Texas.
This is a really tough bitch, man. She's like, hey,
of New York.
So hold on. They're based out of New York, but they raise their cows in Brazil, and she's still trying to hem them up. This bitch is insane.
She is. She's gonna keep suing them until the cows come home. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh my God! Step in, Seth. Step in.
Don't stop, Brian. Keep
Seth,
going.
you know good radio, and that's not it, buddy.
What do you mean? I
too busy laughing.
Are you checked out?
I know. I love
Are you looking at Randy Poffo?
If they don't like it, they can move out of the state of New York. That's what she said.
I just think if you really endorsed your Tukey policy,
he would have been gone by 6:15,
and you would have more of a direction for the rest of the show than whatever Brian's got going on. But Brian's loaded with cow puns, and I don't think we should hold that against them.
Loaded with cow puns.
Those could come in handy one day. Orlando loves cow puns.
Yeah, again, the iHeart executives are driving into work today saying, you know what, we were concerned in the first hour when Bubba was able to rack up 15 calls from Orlando, but they got these dude doing, cow fart jokes, and they're begging for money.
iHeart's driving into work thinking about the 9 people they have to fire today.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Want to listen to the show on demand and on the go? Enlist today at BubbaArmyHQ.com and sign up and start listening. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
To the throat.
Gooch knows how to trigger. Gooch, I'll see you later today.
10-4. Thanks for the warning.
You're welcome.
By the way, the little air conditioner works well.
Yeah. Nice. All right, let me see. I got this. On it, you got it?
Yep. Have a good trip.
Future, I'll see ya. Be careful.
Be safe.
I wonder if there's a mic for me to go over. Is Dan's gold mic anywhere?
Yeah.
It's in the box right here.
It's in the box right here. If you want to take
I don't know
on
how
the
to hook
seat.
it up.
Yeah, take my seat.
She's taking her mic, so there we go.
I don't know how to set it up.
I gotcha.
All right, motherboard. In control of the motherboard. Hey, Ben.
Good.
Your wife is 40.
I
That's
know.
incredible.
I know. You want
How's the
these?
baby? Yes, please.
Great. She's fifth. I call her 5 now.
Oh no, you have no idea what the teens are like.
I can only
daughter's
imagine.
12.
It's only going to get worse.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
You go from
They're
being
so
the smartest
different.
guy in the world to the dumbest guy they ever met.
They're so emotional.
Yeah.
At least with my daughter is really emotional about everything. So with Trey, I could feel like stop that.
Yeah.
And now if I say that, she's like,
Well, but they always say, boys are tough from 0 to 10, and then girls are tough from 12 until 20.
Till they die.
until they die.
No.
But we have our caregivers from what I'm told.
That's what I've been told as well. So we'll see. Yeah, she turned 6 in 2 months. So.
Wow.
Yeah. Time
Trey's
flies.
almost 17 and
That's
Sage
nuts.
just turned 12.
That's
So
nuts.
Trey's doing his SATs and applying to schools.
Where does he want to go?
His first choice is Florida State. That's like if he had his heart's content, he'd go to Florida State. I never once told him, hey, go there, because I went there.
Yeah.
They sucked most of his life. They've been good the last 4 or 5 years, interesting school.
Yeah.
So he loves it. It's where he wants to go. So he's applying Alabama, Florida State, Florida, Clemson, Auburn, all the fun colleges.
Yeah.
So,
USC.
Yeah. No, I don't want to go that far out.
No, South Carolina.
Oh, yeah. I don't think he knows about the Gamecocks. That's a fun school.
That's a party school.
That's a
man.
really fun school.
Yeah. He can bring Garcia with him for a trip and
Just use his van.
royalty.
Exactly.
Yeah. Walking around town with Steven Garcia, you don't pay for a drink.
He already walked around Florida State with Kirk Carruthers.
Yeah.
We went to the Florida State game last year. And Kirk was, he's still there 25 years later, 30 years later. So we met him, walked into the stadium with him. He got us on the field. So Trey was Florida State on the field watching the whole thing. It was incredible.
That's pretty awesome.
So, where's she going to school?
She's at Mary Bryant Elementary. It's pretty, we're lucky in the area where
way
we
up
live.
north, right? Or you're down.
No, we're in West Chase area.
Okay, that's okay.
But they've got 3 of the top 70 elementary schools in the state.
You know what's close to you up there? I don't know how expensive it is, but it's great. It's CDS.
Yeah, Carrollwood Day School's
Carrollwood
there,
Day
and then
School,
also
Berkeley.
Corbett Prep.
Corbett's great.
Yeah. But Mary Bryant is a top-rated elementary school.
I know. I've heard anything about that.
Yeah. And so we choiced into there because the one that we had was 75% English as a second language.
Oh, that's not so good.
No bueno. And my neighbor had a son, and he's even Cuban, and he had his son there, but his son, he didn't speak Spanish in the house growing up, so his son really didn't know Spanish. Almost the entire class was taught in Spanish because of the student body population, and so his son started to develop behavioral issues because he had no idea what was going on. Yeah. Well, it was out of necessity. When 75% of your kids, that's their first language, and so
You think that's a problem?
he pulled his son from there. They're at West Chase Elementary now, but
You
no,
think
ours.
it could be a problem in public school that they can't teach the population in English.
Well, yeah, that's an issue. That was the deciding factor for us. No way. We had her in Montessori anyways.
That's a great school. What a great program.
Yeah, it's a great program, especially for kids. I didn't want it long term for her, and that's why I wanted to start.
I think you get a weird kid if they're through middle school in Montessori.
Well, I think even into first or second grade, at least start. I saw the older kids that were at that school. I'm like, no.
A little fruity.
Yeah, they're a little weird.
Yeah.
They're a little weird, and I think that's probably more a product of the parent who would have their kid in a Montessori through elementary, than it is the actual curriculum, because it's more the
Right.
families that they attract than the curriculum turning them into that. But I didn't want her falling behind either. You want to go on
Whenever
that
my
track.
kids were competing in middle school, Corbett Elementary was always there, track, at the academy competes against Corbett, and I'll see them even against No, it was mostly the economy.
Yeah, no, it's a good school. We've got good options. That's the nice news. But for now, she'll do elementary through 5th grade at Mary Bryant, and then we'll decide from there the lay of the land, how she's performing, where her weaknesses and strengths are, and what would benefit her best. But elementary is elementary. I mean, as long as you've got a good.
You're doing more at home.
Yeah, as long as you're doing well at home, it's a good reinforcer. She's reading like
You don't mind if I go through your backpack, do you, Anna?
Go for it. I know it's fine.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Were you sleeping in and missed the first hour of the show? Don't worry. It's all at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Now back to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
We are back. This is the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. I'll be taking over for the last hour as the Sponge heads south to Fort Lauderdale for some secret business that he'll talk about when he's ready to talk about. 81390 Bubba. We got Jay in the house. We got Brian.
Hello.
Is Seth here? I can't see his face, but I believe. Oh, wait, where are you? There you are. I'm sorry, Seth.
Yes, I'm here.
This new mic configuration has got me thrown off a little bit.
I'm sorry about that.
No, that's okay. That's fine. A-OK. 81390 Bubba. This is our first day on the big sexy 103.1 in Orlando, and we're happy that we made it. So thank you guys so much for listening. I did want to dip into this because I thought this was something that was really bizarre. Something that I used to be an expert in, which is clubbing.
I was an expert in that too.
Yes, I feel like many people had their times maybe in their youth. Maybe it came a little bit later for others, but I clubbed quite a bit in my 20s and even into my 30s, but I've never seen a club quite like this, and I don't think I would ever want to. It's a Christian nightclub.
Oh, nice.
No twerking.
Praise God.
No drinking. No smoking, but plenty of room for Jesus. Apparently at this nightclub in Nashville, where I don't think they even play hip hop or rap or anything with suggestive lyrics. It's all about praising God, praising Jesus. Seems like an interesting type of business, but it might be kicking off.
What's it called?
Like church.
The Cove, I think.
You call that church?
Yeah, it sounds like church.
No dancing, no music, no liquor, no fraternizing. We just talk about God.
Night church.
That's Sunday mass.
Are they only open for lunch? What are their hours?
I think they're open at night. Let's see. Oh, here they're talking.
Like
Okay.
Wildfire. Our young adults
I'll drag
aren't
it over.
far from God. They're just lacking authentic experiences, people who really care. My name is Eric Diggs. I am the CEO for The Cove.
My name is Jordan Diggs. I'm 22 years old.
I'm Carlton Latuan Bash Jr.
Darren Starks.
Jonathan Elijah Diggs.
My name is Aaron Dews. I am 23 years old.
My name is Shen Rivera. I'm originally from...
I don't know about you guys, but usually when I'm going to a club, I'm trying to escape life in some way, and that usually involves me getting high, drunk, or something else.
Well,
so,
it's because you're a broken, sad person. These guys found Jesus, and
oh,
they
you're
what's
right.
up.
You're right.
Not today, Satan.
Whatever.
It's possible people want to they get high, they get drunk, and then they go cap off their evening at the Cove.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I don't see why not. Why they can't do that. I don't know. This doesn't really sound like a good time to me. But again, I'm not really one for Jesus music and stuff like that. That's not really how I get down. But apparently, some people do. Some people are into that stuff.
So we had a goal. We're like, let's have at least 1,000 followers on social media before our first event.
Well, I will have to say this. If you're trying to make God cool, you definitely need black people for that. There's just no way that any whiteys could pull this off. That's for sure.
We ended up hitting 10,000 followers before our first event, which was just insane.
We ourselves experienced the pain point of not being able to find community outside of our church.
I feel like the entrance fee must be obscene because most clubs make money with the drinks.
Well,
So it's like, how do they make money?
You tithe.
Yeah, you got to give a donation.
Oh, okay. All right. Every time you
10%.
come in?
Yeah, of course. Why not?
Oh,
Let me do that every time you go to church.
They probably have some
Really?
They probably have some killer mozzarella sticks there. I'm sure they're making some money.
Some bar foods.
Some soda.
Best apps ever. Feeling like
$5 for soda.
That's conflicting to our values, and so we created it ourselves out of that pain point.
Bottles of holy water go for a lot.
Just pouring it on each other.
You can get baptized in the back for $150.
We're going about things in a non-traditional way. So people who might not feel welcomed in church might step foot into like our Christian nightclub before they step foot into a church.
So it's like the gateway drug into church. I don't know. I never did anything like this. Did you guys go to any like youth group camps or anything like that were centered around religion?
My mom
I went to
tried
Jew
to
camp.
make me do it, and I did it one weekend ever, and then never did it again.
What didn't you like about it? Was it just too clean cut for you, or?
Yeah, I've always been one of those guys that like I'm kind of a faith-filled guy, but I don't like the dogma of any religion. And so to be in a religious weekend, a Catholic religion weekend, where like at the end of it they wanted you to basically, sign the billion-year Sea Org thing, but without saying it. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, come on, everyone who's committed, tell us now. And it was just like,
You didn't like the guy
for me,
playing the
I just-
guitar while you're sitting around the campfire?
No,
That's a vibe.
I really
Every
didn't.
weekend?
I really didn't. I didn't need that in my life. That type of community was not necessary for me as a kid.
Or every weekend you can forgive your sins and be saved again? And
Seth, what about you?
go
Didn't you
underway?
say you get a handy at the JCC when you were in elementary school or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, yes, that's true. It was like an after-school care kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, we were just watching MTV or something like that, and she threw a blanket on top of it and then was rubbing.
She got to town and you were like 9 or something?
Yeah, it was something like that. Just rubbing it, yeah.
You may have been raped.
Was it the teacher?
No, it was a girl. But I got to be honest with you. I mean, it was just funny back then. Now I'm wondering, like, how a girl that's 8 or 9 knows how to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
She was getting around? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know.
She was getting molested, I'm sure.
That was the first time I knew that it felt good, to rub that area. So I appreciate her showing me that. But
do you remember her name? I'm not asking what it was, but
yeah,
do you,
Lizzie.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, Lizzie.
Yeah, he
okay.
said it.
Yeah, she had red hair. Yeah,
she had red hair.
Yes.
Wow, redheaded
Whoa.
Jew.
Yeah, I
Those
know.
are unusual, but they do exist.
They do, yeah, and they're naughty when you find them. It's even crazier when they turn 18.
So, Lummy, what's your experience with Christian church groups and weekends away?
Man, every weekend until I was old enough to drive.
And then once you had your own ability to go around, you're like, I'm not driving there.
That is correct. I mean, I don't know. You go out, they play music. It's Christian music. They try to save you every single time you're there. If you sinned, you come up and ask for forgiveness.
In front of everybody.
In front of well, you don't have, I mean,
you don't have to specify exactly what you did,
just have to,
right?
yeah.
They ask you if you want to, but they don't have to. But I mean, it literally is once a week to every weekend for my life. So guitar playing, a lot of slow music, no dancing, never
No
dancing.
dancing?
So
No
I
dancing.
saw that video.
All of my church camp trips were pretty cool, to be
they?
honest with you. We went to Panama City for a week one time. We had a couple of different weekends, but it'd be filled up with, Bible study, going to a service once or twice a day. But in between that, we'd be doing like paintball and football and doing stuff outside and climbing rocks.
That's how my Jew camp was.
They suck you in with the fun stuff to have you sit there for an hour while they preach to you.
It's almost like a one of those timeshare presentations.
Right.
Exactly.
Like,
Yes,
here's
Brian,
this fun
you nailed
weekend,
it.
but we're going to need an hour of your time.
Yeah,
exactly.
I feel like Jews and Christians have opposing approaches when it comes to getting recruits, because Christians are always trying to bring people in and Jews are always trying to get people out.
But we have guilt as the common thread.
That is true. Well, at least with the Catholics and the Jews. But nobody was trying to recruit anything for the Jews. It was just more like, these are our people, leave us alone. And then we would go to like camp somewhere in Southern California, and it would get kind of freaky. Not with me, because I was, wasn't very cool. But I did see people. I think that was the first place I saw people making out, and it was very jarring for me.
Same here. I saw a couple of Jewish kids bang on one of my trips.
How old were they?
Man, I don't God, it's all very hazy. I'd probably say like 12 or 13.
Wow. No wonder you have such issues.
Yeah.
Wow. It all starts back at camp.
Yeah, it sure does. I learned what a rainbow kiss was when I was at camp. I think I was like 8.
I don't either. What is that?
I don't even know if it's correct. I don't think I've even thought about it since the moment it happened, but someone was like talking about a rainbow kiss, and I was like, what is that? And I think it's something to do with like period blood. I don't know. It was gross, but I didn't know what it was.
I've never heard that.
Oh, it's not. Well, it's not period. It says
What is
when
it?
two partners perform oral sex on one another and then exchange fluids via kissing.
Okay. See, they didn't even know what it was.
And then swallow.
You got any more details on that one?
Damn, it
I'll
really
leave it at that
progressed.
one.
What I
Send me
found
the
out
link,
was-
Lummy.
That's disgusting. I do want to get this guy, and I know Bubba mentioned it, Jim Florentine and a few other comedians, apparently, were banned from a woke Seattle comedy club. They canceled 4 comics who didn't align with areas of progressive values. Now, I'm a big fan of stand-up comedy. I don't know if you guys love comedy as much. I think Jay does. I think
seeing
Jay...
Andrew Schultz in a week.
Oh, at the Mahaffey.
Yeah.
He's a great show, and he's probably even better now. But yeah, I was actually at the show, and I know I've told you this before, but it's a great story, where I went to a show in Orlando. This was about 5 years ago, and a woman actually had a seizure mid-show.
Yeah.
And I almost lost my job because when I got home, I took to social media, as I used to do back in the day, and I had to let people know that I was at this show. I felt like I was at the show where, Siegfried and Roy got attacked by the tiger, and I felt like I need people to know that. But the way I described the evening wasn't really perceived well by others in the community that may have had epilepsy, because maybe I wasn't as empathetic or sympathetic to the situation as I should have been. But needless to say, it was a great show. He's a great comic. And is he like your favorite guy right now?
I mean, I like a handful of guys. I like Bill Burr. I like him. I like Shane Gillis. I like Andrew Schultz. I love Joe Rogan. I find Russell Brand to be intellectually stimulating. But for stand-up comedies, he's probably my guy right now, because you're not going to see Dave Chappelle anytime soon.
Yeah.
I've become really fond of Cat Williams in the last couple of weeks, just learning
he's
how
funny.
his impact on black comedy and Hollywood. It's just been really interesting. So, but yeah, I love comedy.
Yeah. Brian, do you watch stand-up very much?
I love stand-up. I like Nate
Okay.
Bargatze, this comedian, up-and-coming comedian, Dusty Slay. I like Roy Wood.
Was he the guy that you recommended? Was he the one with the trucker hat?
Yeah.
Horrible.
You didn't like him?
Horrible. And I watched probably
okay.
about 20 minutes of it. Bad. He had the Netflix special, right?
Yeah. Well, his early Netflix one, not the full special, but he had done one on something called like the comedians or the performers. I don't remember. It was like when they featured like 5 or 6 different comedians.
Mhm.
Anyways, I thought he was funny.
More like a premium blend kind of deal.
Yeah.
Maybe he's better when he's only doing 4 minutes, but he was pretty bad.
Well, yeah,
But-
it's taste. Just like this comedy club is entitled
Yes.
to not be funny. That Christian nightclub's entitled to not be fun. It's the same exact thing if you think about it.
Comedy's subjective like art. Who do you think is funny, Seth? I know you like comedy.
I really only like black comedians, so I mean, I'd probably say Cat Williams, Chappelle. There's just a guy named
Patrice.
Earthquake, Bernie Mac.
Yes.
Just
Steve
naming
Harvey.
people.
Who?
Not
Steve Harvey?
No.
No, not Steve.
There's a guy named Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy,
Well, I mean, I'm not 100.
Chris
but, yeah.
Rock.
It may seem like a bad joke, but Capitol Hill Comedy Bar, which I think is it in Chop or Chaz or wherever that was? I think that people were saying it was actually in that block. Has been known for promoting the voices of, I hope I can say this because it's what it is, the queer community. Had booked comics Jim Florentine, Dave Smith, huge fan, Luis Gomez, who was actually at the fight with Alex Stein. He was the headlining fight, I believe. And Kurt Metzger for some upcoming shows before scrapping them. I guess Jim Florentine was pretty vocal about the fact that they're probably going to go out of business soon, but I guess this is what the community wants. They want jokes that are a bit more, I don't know, community friendly. So not any show that I would want to attend, but it is what it is. You got to give the people what they want.
Well, they're
I
making
guess
a business choice.
Well, it said the club promotes vibrant voices of the Q community.
Oh, thank you. I forgot I could just.
So wait, so they're like QAnon?
Yeah. But we're just not sure if we could say those words, Brian. So we got to be careful. We got to tread lightly. But yeah, I'm so jealous that you're going to see Schultz. I think the last time that I went to a show, I saw Louis C.K. 3 times in a year.
Really?
Yeah,
I saw
yeah.
Dave Chappelle years ago.
Oh yeah. Well, I saw him for 3 times in a year because when he got canceled after the whole, he likes to jerk it in front of the ladies thing. He went just dark. And then he started popping up, and they wouldn't really advertise the shows until like days before he was supposed to be there. And I was able to see him at Side Splitters twice, and then also at what's the one in McGurdy's? Is that the one in Sarasota?
Yeah.
He is a really funny guy.
Yeah, he is phenomenal, and he's just like he keeps getting better with age. He's just absolutely the best. He is, and just the way that he kind of observes things, and he's like in your head, and he knows what you are thinking. Like he can put himself in your shoes and just find just the funniest way to kind of observe the most mundane things.
Well,
So
the best comedians are able to thread a theme from the very beginning through the very end of their bit.
Oh, hit you
like
with a
in
good
Dave
callback.
Chappelle thing where you get to the end of his bits and you're like, oh my God, it's so funny and so intellectual. So few comics do that now.
Mike Birbiglia does that. He's pretty funny.
Sebastian Maniscalco is pretty funny.
Yes. He's got a really good and interesting delivery. I don't know how funny his jokes are, but like his mannerisms are funny.
Yeah.
Same with Cat Williams. Like I feel like I could put Cat Williams on mute and laugh just because his face is so expressive.
No doubt. His
So-
Joe Rogan last week was pretty incredible.
Oh yeah, did he get into any of the stuff that he talked about on Shay Shay show or?
He did, and it's interesting. Joe did an entire 3-hour show that had nothing to do with Hollywood or exposés or anything. It was just an intellectual look at him and Cat Williams analyzing
Flat Earth.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Earth
Yeah.
now.
Jesus.
Just philosophical things that 20 years ago would have been crazy talk, and now you hear it and just. It's still a little crazy, but certainly interesting.
Do you think flat Earth talk is philosophical?
I don't think he said anything about flat Earth. I
They
actually
did.
watched it.
What are you talking about? They did
which
talk
part
about
was
it.
flat
Well, it was
Earth?
3 hours. Maybe
Where
we
they
didn't catch
asked
the whole
about it,
thing.
like if you believed in the flat Earth and if we're only if we're the only ones on here and aliens.
No, he didn't say flat Earth.
Yes, he did.
Then I didn't see that part. I didn't watch the end of the 3
Well,
hours.
it was
They
right around
definitely
the same
talked about
time as the
black
aliens.
holes and the universe and space and how little we know about the ocean versus space. And he just was talking very philosophical. It wasn't factual about anything.
And he wasn't
but
throwing shade at like Steve Harvey or Kevin Hart or anything like that.
Nothing about any of those people that I noticed. So I got to finish watching it, Lummy, to hear that flat Earth part.
Well, yeah, and the aliens. Did you hear the alien part?
I did hear the alien part.
Yeah, it was right around the same time. But yeah,
I didn't listen to any of it, but I definitely need to. I've been listening to Tucker Carlson was on Lex Friedman. Did you guys catch that at all?
I didn't watch that episode.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get through that. It's a long one, but I'm taking it bit by bit. I feel bad that I kind of took this out of Bubba's hands because I know he is a huge Caitlin Clark fan. She has become the all-time NCAA points leader to break Pete Maravich's 54-year-old record. So what can you tell me about Pete Maravich? When was he around and what's his deal?
He was around in the black and white days.
1970.
Oh, damn. Okay. So she is now the number 1 point scorer. Is that right? Like she's scored more points on the court than anybody in college?
Yep.
That's fantastic.
And all of a sudden, she's now making the WNBA more relevant, and the team that she may go to's tickets are starting to sell more. And Seth knows, I'm sure, way more than I do about this, but it's a big deal for women's sports. It's a huge deal.
Yeah, okay, cool. The 22-year-old Iowa superstar broke Pete, how am I saying his name, Maravich?
Yeah, you're good.
All-time NCAA basketball points record on Sunday at a raucous Carver Hawkeye Arena against Ohio State. So this is great. So this is, I think, her moment when she did it. And
By the
everyone
way,
went
this is for
incredibly
you. On a Travis Scott rolled up to this. That's how big of a deal it is. Travis Scott came.
Yes, I'm familiar with Travis Scott.
Yeah.
Jay's a huge fan. Huge fan. All right.
Growing up in Cedar Rapids. Now Caitlin at the line. For the record.
There it is.
She ties it with that one.
Oh, that's where she ties it with the record?
Yes.
Okay.
This for college basketball history.
She didn't even hesitate.
She does it with a foul shot.
That is a baller.
it's going to be a record that's going to be hard to beat. Never again.
And they won the game,
is
right?
She did it in just 4 years in the COVID era. She didn't get an extra season or anything like that.
Yeah, she did it.
Becomes the all-time leading scorer in major college basketball.
Did they do anything?
history.
She didn't want to do anything, she said.
Yeah, she didn't want to stop the game at all. They've done a lot of stuff for her this year. But she's slated to go to the WNBA team out of Indiana. So I think that'll excite Bubba even more, is that the Indiana Fever currently have the first pick, and they'd definitely snag her. since she's coming out of college this year.
What is like, and I know that you probably don't follow WNBA all that much, but what is like the hot team? I don't even know what the hot team is in the NBA. The Lakers, or are they past their prime?
They're past their prime.
Okay.
Oklahoma City Thunder.
Oh, really?
Celtics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what about like the WNBA? Are there any players that I even know besides Brittany Griner? Or?
I think Las Vegas in the WNBA is still the best team.
I saw somebody recently ask really smart sports people, to name 5 WNBA teams, and most people can't. And so this is really a big thing for them, because I had to write it down, but now I'm going to have to remember the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark, because these are names that we're going to probably be hearing for the next 15 years.
And now listen, I mean, I'm a big fan of female sports. Why not? But I mean, is it really fun to watch these bitches play? Can anybody dunk the ball?
No.
Or is
I like watching women surfing more than men surfing.
Why is that?
Because men are doing such mind-blowing things that I can't relate to as a normal surfer. And I
but
watch
the women
surf.
make it believable.
Well, no, it's still stuff beyond my control, but it's actually, they're surfing like the men did 15 years ago. It's incredible to watch. And so I really enjoy the women's surfing.
Okay.
And by the way, I mean,
they make you feel less bad about yourself?
It does.
Yeah.
I wish I could surf like a girl.
Okay. Sorry, Seth, what?
This is, this is Iowa. She was an Iowa girl. That's her hometown. She stayed there and played college ball there. So I would imagine, I haven't been, so hopefully I'm not speaking out of turn. There's not a lot going on in Iowa. So, when the basketball program's this good and you've got probably the biggest female superstar ever, it's an event for everybody. So you can see like all the people in the background, all the celebrities came by to see her. Jake from State Farm was there.
Travis Scott, you said.
Yeah, I mean, what else do you need?
That's freaking amazing.
Yeah, and I mean, LeBron James gave her a shout out after she broke the record.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of recognition.
You think BTQ's excited?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure she will. Do you think BTQ's excited?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
in Iowa, right? He's going crazy about
Sure
over
is.
this.
Who's
with the wrestling?
Brandon the Quad.
Brandon the Quad, man.
Okay, sorry.
I mean, wrestling is going on. I think still in Iowa's big in wrestling. So
They do wrestling at halftime at Iowa basketball
Oh,
games.
perfect.
Everybody interested.
That's just in the stands.
Yeah.
He bought a jersey.
That's hilarious.
She'll be intertwined. The NBA will work her into a lot of their, festivities.
3-point shooting every time in the playoffs.
Yeah,
and, I mean the All-Star game.
Yeah, they'll start working her in more. And look, it's going to be a huge deal for the Indiana Fever. I don't know what their attendance is like. I don't know, how many superstars they have, but their tickets have already doubled. And if they get her, I would imagine that their games are going to be sold out for a while.
Freak yeah, man.
Indiana Fever 6,000.
6,000?
Is their average, yeah.
Oh, so they'll sell out each night now.
Awesome. All right, let's take a break. We'll be back after this.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
I think Lonnie thinks just because I find someone interesting, I endorse everything they do. I'm not a flat earther.
No, I didn't think you were.
You know what I mean?
I was just like,
It's okay if you are.
Yeah, I'm anti-science, pro-vaccine.
just to me, it's like I'm all about being open and intellectually open, but there things that we settled a few hundred years ago, maybe we just leave those things settled, unless there's really compelling new evidence.
Well, that one's absurd.
Yeah.
You need to look at the horizon.
Well, I just love it every time a flat earther tries to disprove or that the Earth is round and prove that it's flat. They end up dying in some experiment.
Exactly. In some experiment where if they had done the physics of it, the end result was they were going to die.
Yeah, that you'll die from that. Or this one guy was doing the test like 3 times. He did the test and it came back, like his hypothesis was disproven. And he goes, must have done something wrong in the experiment. I'm like, no, maybe we revisit the hypothesis if we're going to use the scientific method here. You've observed it 3 times now. It's a funny documentary. It's like him trying, and it's done by him. Like it's his documentary, so it's not slanted or body. If anything, it's tilted that way. But yeah, that's funny.
It sounds funny.
Flat Earth's become a big thing around the globe.
Okay.
Has it? Around the globe. That's like jumbo shrimp.
Where are you, mouse? There you are.
You see Mike Evans resign?
That's exciting. Is it true?
Yeah.
What'd he get?
2 years, 52.
Woo!
With a 30-year option, right?
Team option, right?
I think so.
Have you heard anything about that Jefferson guy from Minnesota going to Kansas City?
Like they're trading for him?
My son said he read it somewhere.
This time of year, the problem is like these little blogs and fan pages will put up like proposed trades and make them sound like they're happening.
Make it sound fact when it's
when it's just them bullshitting.
There's one on MSN. That
35 million guaranteed.
That's what it was. 35 million guaranteed.
Yeah. I mean, the Bucks overpaid to keep him. 26 million per year, but for 2 years is pretty rich.
So what do you think will happen in Chicago? Like, what do you think? Not what you want. What do you think will happen?
I think that they're getting rid of Justin Fields.
Really?
Yeah.
They just stand to gain too much. I mean, they can win. They can win now. I don't know. I think you can. I think you can win with Fields in Chicago, especially with the way that division is right now.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I agree, but it's pretty much over.
What do you think? It's over because of him or because of them?
Oh, I think it's well. I mean,
you think he wants to stay?
Yeah.
Seth, we're doing a podcast here, right?
Yeah. He wants to stay, but they're gonna move off of him because
they can get so much for him.
I don't even know how much they're gonna be able to get for him, but I
just think they'll take that bozo from UCLA or wherever he played, USC.
Oh yeah, he's the number one guy without a doubt. Caleb Williams.
Man, he just seems like a lot of headaches.
It's tough to project these guys. But I don't know. I mean, as far as the Bears go, I've never seen a franchise quarterback in my day, so I don't know what it takes. I don't know what these guys are all about. So, Fields is good enough for me, but if this guy's better, we'll see.
He's gonna lose his job, and then he got all these guys. It was just you never saw it.
I forget that movie. No.
That's where I was born.
This kid was.
I used to root for them.
I don't think he's gonna.
You're right. There was never any.
Especially in the beginning.
It's tiring rooting for them.
It's almost like being a Mets fan.
It's nothing worse than being a Jets fan, though, right?
It's the same thing, I think. The Mets and the Jets both got fucked this year because Aaron Rodgers was supposed to help them, and the Mets had that $300 payroll.
Yeah, the Mets have never had a butt fumble.
Is everything okay? I'm on the radio. What's going on?
What do you mean? Didn't they have Buckner when I went through his legs?
Half an hour, I'll be done.
That was the Red Sox. That benefited the Mets.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Mookie Wilson.
I bet before the season, Mike Evans would have re-signed like 2 years, $40 million. I think he ended up making himself more money this year.
He surprised me. I thought he would fall off a little bit, especially with Baker. But luckily for him, Chris Godwin decided to lay a total egg this season.
Dude, Evans could put together another 2 solid 1,000-yard seasons, retire if he wants, and
I mean, he's a Hall of Famer right now. If he never takes another snap, he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yes. But I still feel like on the national stage, was kind of like Andre Johnson, like a touch underrated. So
he's the most underrated wide receiver in NFL history, in my opinion. He is just. I mean, there's nobody like one other guy who's ever done what he's done.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
After the show, make sure to check out BubbaArmyHQ.com. It's all things Bubba 24/7. And now back to the BRN.
Welcome back. This is the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Bubba had to leave a little early today, but he will be back tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. I believe we have a podcast after this.
Oh, get ready.
Get excited.
You can make it as short as you want, by the way.
Could I beat Bubba's record of 13 minutes?
That was
Stay tuned to find out.
That was an official 16 with all the ads. So
okay.
We just need to get to about 14 and a half, and then I think we'll be good.
Nah, I'll give people a full show. That's what they deserve. That's what the people deserve. Hello, new listeners and old alike. Before we get out of here, I know that we got a lot of racing fans in the house, and of course Bubba as well, who's not here right now, but he'll be back tomorrow, like I said. The Grand Prix in St. Pete. It's not really my cup of tea, but I know that a lot of you guys like cars that go fast. Jay, do you think that you'll be attending the St. Pete Grand Prix?
I usually do. It's pretty fun.
Is it?
Oh yeah. It's a real stop for the Indy Series, and they have some really good support races with the cars that people look on the roads, Ferraris and Porsches and all that kind of stuff. It's really a great weekend.
It is fun.
It shows St. Pete off in a really good light.
Yes, and when the weather is nice with it, which it usually is this time of year, it is fun. I've been twice, actually. I feel like I went once, and I pretty much never need to go again because I'm like, I saw what I needed to see, and it's great. The only thing that gives me anxiety, because I used to live in St. Pete, is I would see them start setting up like 3 weeks in advance.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's just so much work for all the
disruptive.
Yes, and then the tear down is like 2 weeks because you got to think how long is the one loop that they go round and round and round and round?
I would say it's probably 2.5 miles to 3 miles.
I mean, that's a lot of
through
blocking
downtown,
off.
on the water, through the airport. It's really pretty cool track. That's the thing, is they turn a city into an Indianapolis racetrack, an IndyCar racetrack, which is pretty cool.
It's fun. It gets loud, so if you don't like loud noises, it might not be for you.
You can hear those cars buzzing at 6 a.m. from miles away.
Yeah.
They get out there and they start practicing real early. I don't know what it's called.
Practice.
Yeah, practice.
Yeah.
I mean, they're out there as soon as the sun comes up.
I believe last year, and I could be wrong, but I think Rhett, Lummy, myself, we all went out there. And did we see David Letterman?
Yes,
is that
we
who
did.
we
Yeah.
saw?
He's a
okay.
team owner.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, okay. So he's in the business. I remember seeing him on it's not called the tarmac, but
It was the
pits.
He was walking through the pits. It was right after the
Yes.
national anthem. We've got video of it.
Yeah, we do.
That's cool.
Did he have the beard?
Yes.
He did. He
It's
looked
very long.
homeless.
Yeah, he looked like either a
Homeless Dave?
rabbi or homeless.
Isn't he into? Does he own any Indy 500 cars?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
the
he
teams?
owns a team.
Okay.
Yeah. He's
Wow.
been into racing forever, and one of the cool things about races like that is you can just walk through the paddock, which is where the pits are, and just run into people, superstars.
Till they kick you out.
Yeah. I feel like that's been my experience both times, is just trying to hang on for as long as possible and avoid people that are yelling at us to leave because we don't have the right media pass.
Yeah.
So, but
See, we have a media pass, but we don't have this yellow dot, so we're not allowed to be
we got to
here.
get out of here.
Yeah.
But I think it's cool. I can understand how, grown men, of course, but also boys, like cars going fast. People like it. It seems like a family-friendly event.
It is.
And it's pretty much the only time that I've been in St. Pete that people really cheer when they hear the anything American, like the national anthem and stuff like that. So it's nice to see that kind of revived.
It was a big deal. It was a big deal when they got the Grand Prix because St. Pete isn't what it is now when they got the Grand Prix. I don't know,
You're right.
10, 12.
20 years ago.
20. I mean,
it's been 20 years.
Man, it's been a long time. So, yeah, that was a huge deal, and it's gotten bigger. And, look, I used to get into it because I lived very, very close down there. But now, I'll flip it on, and just for the shots of St. Petersburg, I
Right.
just think it's worth it to watch. And
It's super cool. And,
Yeah.
Indy is like NASCAR. It's usually oval. And they have maybe a handful of tracks during the year, which are circuits, which is like the downtown circuit of the St. Pete Grand Prix. They have Long Beach as well. And so there's only a handful of these. So for people that are Indy guys, they really like these, or Indy gals, they really like these races because they're really neat and different.
Do you remember when St. Pete was an S-hole? Because I moved here in 2016, so I only know nice, beautiful, clean St. Pete, unless you go more south in USF than,
So,
you're on your own territory. But
my mom is from Philly, and when she came down here, she wanted to open up a hot dog stand and have push carts like they do in New York on the corners, in Philly on the corners.
Yeah.
And so she opened up a little hot dog stand in Central Avenue when it was an S-hole. And before anything, and there was bums in Williams Park, and she's the one
There
that
still
actually,
are, by the way.
Yeah, she's the one who legalized push carts in the state of Florida.
In the whole state?
They tried to regulate her out of it. She
freaking
did it,
awesome.
and they said, oh, you can't do it unless you have hot and cold water. And so she figured out how to put hot and cold water on it.
Ooh.
And so she did this at a time where you couldn't make money. Now, if you had Arlene's Good News hot dogs right in the middle of Central Avenue, I think it was 671 Central Avenue, right in the heart of it, you couldn't even afford the rent. Now it's an up-and-coming area. St. Pete's really awesome.
Yeah,
it's very
sure is.
culturally diverse. They've got those murals all over the walls. They've got a very...
It's really gay too, and I think those are really the people that saved St. Pete, because that's who saved Detroit, by the way. Is those gay guys? They get in there, they start throwing money on it, they make things nice.
Wait,
Seminole Heights.
Wait,
yes.
What are the gay? How do the gay people save?
They
St. Pete?
gentrify it. They're brave. They get in there first because maybe they feel like they don't have a place of their own. So like, listen, we're gonna go to this hellhole, whether it be St. Pete or Midtown Detroit or something like that, and just start throwing money. Maybe starting a microbrewery. That's what white gay people do.
They did start a section in St. Petersburg down in Central Avenue that was not at all anything. And it's a huge area with lots of restaurants and bars, and so there's some truth to
You can
that.
thank the gays
It's
for that
called
one.
Cocktails, Jay. And I gotta bring my kid by that giant painting that they have on the side of the wall of two really hot, muscular men wearing little cute inner tubes in the pool.
You were gonna say two really hot men, and then you edited yourself to muscular.
Yeah.
Are you mad that the mural turned you on, Seth?
I'm mad that I have to talk to my daughter about cocktails and what it is. She thinks that it's a bounce house. I can't tell her.
It kind of is, I guess.
I can't tell her what really goes on in there.
Oh, there's bouncing going on.
Bounce house.
Have you ever been to a gay club, Seth?
Yes.
Of course.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I don't. Again, on bars, clubs are not anything I've ever really done too much of. But there was a place called Georgie's Alibi. I think back in the day that I went to. I had one gay friend. His name was Dick, and yeah, I think
his name was Dick.
I think it was Dick.
Hey, mess with
for
me?
real?
Is this a Tukey?
No, Dick,
okay.
Dick and like Slater, they were
Okay,
friends,
all
and
right.
so I went to the gay bar one time, and I thought that like I was gonna get my ass grabbed or somebody was gonna come hit on me, and
no one did.
Nobody wanted anything
man,
to do.
that's
I
super
think you fit in
sucks.
well at the castle.
The thing is,
that's for freaks.
Anyone our age that went nightclubbing has gone to a gay club. They just had a straight night. At Tallahassee, when I was at Florida State, it was Club CPA. Down in Miami, it was Crowbar. There were all these there's places in Ybor City that we used to go. I just can't remember the names because I was buzzed half the time I was there. Same thing, and they are the funnest, best bars to go to.
And the party don't stop.
Absolutely, it does not.
Well,
And
here's
the funnest
the
people
great
to party
part.
with.
Yeah, they sure are, and they, like I said, the party doesn't stop even if there's an overdose, which I saw when I went to Enigma. Shouted out, Enigma's awesome. That's the big one in St. Pete, the big gay bar in St. Pete, and I'm pretty sure a lesbian overdosed in the bathroom. Paramedics come in. We got a gurney. We got people freaking out. Sirens going. Did the music stop? Hell no! Britney Spears just kept playing. The lights didn't even come on. The lights didn't even come
Followed
on.
by Diana Ross and
Yeah, they
Celine
just
Dion.
ABBA.
The MC just coached us through it all, but the music didn't stop, so that was pretty awesome.
Is that your suggestion for why we should be going to gay bars and clubs? Because
the party don't stop.
Yeah,
I did. I saw them gurney her out. She went in and then she didn't come back out for like an hour, and then I guess her friends started to freak out, but not enough to shut the party down.
Did
so
you
that
go
was
home
pretty
and
cool.
tweet about it?
I didn't.
I was there.
Myself.
I was there.
When I saw that overdose.
Good reference, Brian. I totally
It's a
forgot about that.
callback. I like that. So yeah, I believe the St. Pete Grand Prix is coming up. Is it this week?
It's this weekend, along
you're
with the
gonna go,
Gator
right?
Nationals. No, I would not be going to that.
You can't go? Why not?
No.
I thought you loved that stuff.
If I would go, I'd probably go to Gator
What are you
Nationals.
doing this weekend?
This weekend?
Yeah.
Nothing.
No.
Hanging out.
It's only Monday. Why are we figuring out what the weekend
Exactly.
is? Man? What's
I'm
going
always looking ahead. You know me.
I don't know what day it is. They don't
I
like the
would go,
weekend.
but I actually have back-to-back brunches. I've never done this before.
Is this
Like the same day?
No.
Oh.
Saturday and then Sunday.
Is this
actually.
your elusive Terra brunch?
Yes. One of them is the Terra brunch, and I already said who the other person is, right?
You said it on our podcast.
I said it was Jennifer. So Jennifer, Tara, and I are hitting brunch, and then I got my usual girlies the next day. So I don't know how I'm going to do back-to-back brunches, but I'll figure it out. It'll be a good time.
What do you mean? How you're going to do it?
Because usually I can't drink back to back. I don't fare well, is what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm a little bit older now. I'm not as spry as I used to be. So I got to make sure I'm like well hydrated and all that stuff that I didn't really have to care about when I was 25.
Yeah, just take a B4 or one of those powder mixes that you take.
Yes,
and you're good.
The Propel. I've been taking a lot of that, trying to hydrate and just be better about that overall. Because you know me, I'm kind of a doctor, and I like looking at my urine in the bowl and determining my level of hydration. So when it gets too dark and too bright, I know I need to start hydrating myself better. So
I hope everything is the right hue with your urine right now.
It sure is. Everything's great, despite everyone thinking that there's something medically wrong with me. But I have no infection, and I'm totally clean, and everything is fine. No MRSA here, folks.
I heard you had anal MRSA.
I don't have anal MRSA.
Oh, did you hear that too, Brian?
Yeah. Dr. Dan actually said the rib is she has it, but I told her everything's fine.
Yeah, he said it's whole, not cheek. Is that the problem?
Yeah.
All right, guys, thank you so much for listening, and Brian for coming in, Jay and Seth, of course, and we'll do a podcast after this, but we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge.
Co-host and show historian, Lummox.
Co-host, Anna Hummel.
Co-host, Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire, of Council. Co-host, J. Diaco, Esquire, the Spitting Cobra, of Council.
Rhett, the Filthy Ginger, video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
And for everything else, go to thebubbaarmy.com.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I'll repeat hello. I'm back.